Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are doing all right. We do have
travelers.
Yeah, hello, DG. We have DG with us. I don't know if he gets access to the freighter. That's the question.
I'm just gaining access. There we go.
There he is. There he is. Just in time for the show. Just in time for the show.
Just in time. Hello, everyone. How are you all today? It's great to see you.
Yes, indeed. Good to see you all. Welcome. 24 viewers already. That's good. So, you're not feeling that well today, DG, today?
I'm afraid I'm a little under the weather, yes. So if I talk out, you guys know why. My apologies, but unfortunately, sometimes these things happen, and I guess it's my turn. So
it's
do the best we can.
I think it's going to be everyone's turn, no matter if you, had it or not.
Yeah, not my choosing, but oh well. I don't think anyone ever chooses that.
No, it's true. Nobody wants to really get sick. I mean, when I was in school, being sick was nice. You just, stay in bed, watch some movies, play a game. But if you're grown up, being sick is not that fun anymore.
No, we all make plans and have things that we need to do. So yeah, they get put on hold. Oh well. So we've got a really interesting guest today. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes.
Yeah. I won't even say who it is. You guys can all read, I'm sure. It's on the bottom of the page. But I've been looking forward to this guest for a while, and it should be really fun.
Yep, they should be jumping in like 25 minutes or something. So have you had any chance to play, or you just been very, sleeping a lot lately?
I've been all over the place, honestly. The last couple of days I've been sleeping a lot, mind you, but prior to that, I've been doing a lot of playtime, a lot of video editing. Some of you may know who subscribed to my channel. I've put out a number of videos over the last couple of days, or weeks, I should say. I've even taken a little bit of a break from No Man's Sky and played another game for a brief little stint. But yeah, just all over the place, doing some cafe work, little admin stuff, and video editing, playing, building, some pretty cool builds that I've done, and yeah, it's been a heck of a couple of weeks, I'll tell you.
Yep. But I mean, it's good to keep busy as well, even if you're not feeling well.
It is. I had a couple of build ideas, which I finally saw to flourish, and so it was really nice to incorporate old ones with new ones and put it down on tape and have it recorded. So really, really happy about that.
I just realized. No?
Did you forget something? You forgot something.
The thing is, I wanted to give a little shout out, but the problem is that if I'm gonna do it, the link is not gonna be properly. How do I? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to check what this is.
Yeah. Hi, chat. You have to excuse me for not keeping up with chat. Whoever's saying hello.
There it is. Okay.
Hello back. I having a bit of time concentrating on two different things today, so you'll have to excuse me on that one.
Almost there. Let me just take the link.
No worries.
Copy link and paste the link. Confirm. There we go. That should now be fixed. All right, where were we? Suddenly your brain kicks in. It's like, oh yeah, I need to do this before, and then yeah.
Yes.
No multitasking.
No, he's not late. We're just we're doing a little bit of a talk beforehand, and then he'll be here for the regular time. Usually, our format is a little bit of chatting, catching up on things. Finding out what's new with each other and other in-game things, and then we get on to the guest. It changes from time to time based on the guest and their availability, but that's our format. Yeah.
Well, I think yesterday or this afternoon started the
I
new
think it
expedition.
was today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was today. Well, at
Uh,
least North American time today.
yeah. So I've not been looking at. I mean, we all know it's the Redux, but I've not been looking like which one of the milestones I should make a guide about. Kind of forgot a bit to how much and how hard the blighted was. I'm not entirely sure.
It was hard at first until you sort of figured out a couple of little
Uh-huh.
shortcuts in getting around, and once those new game shortcuts were sort of figured out, it wasn't that hard at all.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, at the time, they had made changes to the difficulty level of the Sentinels, how they appear, when they
Yeah.
appear, and so on. And so it left the community a little bit sort of
Yeah, that
wondering,
was
what
also
do I
with
do next?
and the pirates were very aggressive at the time.
That's right.
Now
Yeah.
they are a little
So it's a
bit
little easier.
mild.
Yeah, this time around it's easier now that we know how to deal with them. But initially it was a little bit difficult, and now it's not so much now that we know how to deal with those guys. So
Hmm.
it's like any expedition. At first there's a few jitters. You're not really sure what to expect or what you have to do, and once you get involved and start playing it becomes easier as you go.
Well, it is a good. It's actually a good expedition because you start off with the solar ships. No.
It was the first time with solar ships,
Yeah.
and we were all excited about that. And not only that, but there was they changed it up a little bit as well because there was more combat involved in this one, and
All right.
previous expeditions did not have so much combat.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the one prior to that was the exobiology, where collecting poop.
Yeah,
So
collecting poop and
not really
milk.
combat related. It was a dirty job, but somebody had to do it.
I think this was also one of the least liked ones. Exobiology was one of the least liked.
I Yeah, it was. Nobody really wanted to collect poop, I don't think. But I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed it. I found all of them were enjoyable in one way or another. This one was good because it brought you back to roots on some of the things we don't always do in the game.
Mm,
Not all of us are exobiology wizards. Not all of us bake cakes or play around with the food or even the
mm,
egg sequencer for
mm,
that
mm,
matter. And so it involved some new aspects of the game or older aspects of the game that were new to a lot of people that just hadn't tried it
mm,
yet. And I really like what they do when they run these expeditions is they give you a taste of something different that
No,
you
not
may
true.
or may not do in your regular gameplay. And that's a really cool thing.
Mm.
I think the
Um,
next one up, the Leviathan,
the Leviathan
uh,
is going to be the
that one
one.
was new as well. A lot of people had not really experienced the permadeath
Mm-hmm.
or even survival experience, and so that one got a little bit of hate too.
Mm,
But you know, if you don't try it, you'll never know. And it was a very different style of gameplay. Those who are used to chaotic kind of scenarios, they do quite well because they're used to being kept on their toes.
mm,
If you're used to basic normal gameplay of creative or normal, it's going to be harsh at first until you get a grip on everything and anything might kill you, including a
mm.
stub toe.
But I wonder how much flexibility we're gonna have. I mean, we could make this expedition slightly easier or harder if we wanted to. So I'm wondering if they're gonna allow this as well with the Leviathan expedition. If we will be able to kind of reduce the difficulty, for example, collecting resources and things like that, might be
Yeah,
easier.
that would be interesting to see how that works out. I do know preliminary reports. I think it was Pharaoh who did some tests with this. He had some problems with game crashing.
Mm,
So a little bit of work needs to be done on HD's back end on fixing that. But I like the availability options to make it easier or harder, depending on how you wish to
uh-huh.
play the game. It goes hand in hand with the state of the game now, where we have
Mm,
those custom features or custom options to adjust. So I think that's really kind of cool, especially for game modes like the Leviathan Permadeath Survival Experience. Um, you could go ham and make it as tough as you want, or you could just sort of make it a little bit easier. Some people may choose to make it easier just simply for the fact that they're not used to that gameplay. And
mm,
the draw for this one, if you remember correctly, was the Living Frigate. And a lot of people have wanted the Living Frigate for a
yeah.
long time. So it was a bittersweet pill that some people
True.
decided not to play this one because they weren't really up for that
Mm-hmm.
challenge, and had to lose out on the not getting the
Mm-hmm.
living frigate. But there's their chance to redeem themselves, and with the option to make it easier. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm wondering if people are still going to be that eager to get the living frigates, because we can now get living frigates easily without having to do
Yes,
expedition. So there might be just a few other rewards that might be more interesting now. For this
yeah,
is for
yeah.
next
At
one,
the
as in two
time, we
weeks.
didn't. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we didn't have that option when we first got the living frigate.
Mm-hmm.
You only had just the one, and that was all you could get unless you had mods. But now, of course, you can use the anomaly detector along with the dream aerial,
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
the pulsing in space for 10 or 15 minutes until it pops, and that works pretty good. But yeah, we didn't have that option initially, and that was one of those bittersweet pills that a lot of
Uh-huh,
people
uh-huh.
they had a hard time accepting. But yeah, you know, I mean, with each expedition, isn't it, do a new experience? And of
Yeah.
course, with the last one, the eighth one, we completely started off fresh in our freighter of all places.
Which was a nice
We hadn't
change.
seen that
Yeah.
yet. Refreshing, very refreshing. I
Mm-hmm.
liked it. You know, we're so used to starting on the ground, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the white screen on the ground, and you know, getting your multi tool up to snuff and looking for sodium and the whole 9 yards. So
Mm-hmm.
starting in your freighter in a safe place, and figuring things out from there was a really refreshing change.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that difficult. It was actually somewhat easy in terms of expeditions, but I think it was time to to switch it up a little bit, and HG did a really good job doing that. So I enjoyed that one too.
I was just thinking, we've been starting on a planet now. We've been starting on a freighter. I'm wondering what they could do next. I mean, they could allow us, for example, to start on a space station or in an Atlas station next time.
I was
Um,
thinking that maybe a space station, Atlas
mhm.
station, not so much. There's really nothing there other than some words to remember.
Yeah, but it would be
Um,
good, like you get a mission from the Atlas or something, or maybe it's one of the final expeditions where the Atlas really dies, things like that. I mean,
Possibly. I'm sort of leaning towards
mm-hmm,
water. I think it would be interesting to start underwater,
mm-hmm,
in a prefabricated sort of
yeah, yeah,
setting.
kind of,
You know, one of those prefab rooms. Start in one of those, and you got to swim your way out and figure things out from there. That might be an
mm-hmm,
interesting way to go. Um, there's a
mm,
lot of options that HG could do, and we're only 8 expeditions in. So,
true.
um, what are your thoughts on these Redux expeditions? Do you like them? Do you hate them?
To be honest, I've done them all. I do, especially because as a content creator, you make the guides about it. So, um, like personally, as a gamer, I don't need to do the Redux anymore for me personally. But I do need to play them just to do a stream about them or just make some content. So if I would not have to, I would not do the Redux anymore. Um.
I like the idea, but I could see that there's a time when they can only do so many.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing just by yearly events, and there's
Yeah.
been a lot of people who never got a chance to do the first four.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sort of see a time where they're going to allow us to choose which expedition we want,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll set its own timer. We have 2 weeks to complete it, or something to that effect, or maybe longer. But the ability to choose which expedition, you go into the mode, and then it'll have a list of
Mm-hmm.
8 or 12 or however many have been done up to that point. Um,
I'm
and that
I'm
would give us an opportunity.
I'm still holding my fingers crossed for one day being able to make your own expeditions, and even just if they would allow us to use the milestones that are being used in the expeditions to set up your own expedition would be pretty cool.
That would be really
Mm,
interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. It would be very personal or personalized, custom,
mm-hmm.
as nobody will be able to take part in that unless they copy your types of your settings.
Yeah, or you can share it.
Um,
You can share the
yeah, it would be kind of like one of those speed runs where you guys have
Mm-hmm.
made your
Yeah.
own specific rules
It
on
would be
on
it
how
would
to
be definitely
proceed.
nice to be able to do that. I think that is definitely also the future for many games, allowing players more freedom in creating either environment or challenges to compete with each other. Because like the Hello Games cannot keep on making content. There's going to be a point in time where they're going to say, you know what, No Man's Sky is finished. finished. And
At
they're
some
gonna,
point, that
yeah.
that will happen. Yes.
But to keep a game alive, it would be nice. Like I mean, like for example, compare Ark, where players are making their own maps for Ark, which is an amazing. It's just that idea that the reason a game stays alive is also the fact that players have a way to an involvement into it. So I think expeditions, custom created expeditions, would be a great way to lengthen the life of No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and I think as long as there are communities, there are art communities, there are Valheim communities, there are No Man's Sky communities, and as long as those communities are still strong and there are players who are interacting within those communities, they'll always find ways of entertaining themselves. So it kind of goes hand in hand, right? Discord seems to be one of the more popular companion apps for communities in No Man's Sky. And it's a great way to meet up with people. It's a great way to hang out and chill, even if you're not necessarily playing the game. You can log on and sort of see what others are doing and comment on their things. And it's a great way to sort of make posts as well, and post what you're doing, show off a little bit every now and then, let people know what's going on and what new things are going on, specifically for content creators like yourself. When you're constantly making content, having a following, for people to follow along and keep up to date with content that's being put out. Sometimes YouTube and their notifications don't always happen as predicted. So it's always good to have those notifications on another platform as well. So, speaking of new platforms, apparently there is a new platform for content creators for your site. I'm sorry, my brain is not working well today. For merch.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about as well. If can I quickly just drop a link? So we have changed from Teespring to Fourth Wall. If you want to check it out, I'm really happy with that. But I've been invited to join them. So, but if you look at it, you will see that the prices are so much lower than Teespring. It's an amazing. I was really happy to see so much lower prices because some of these T-shirts were like, my God, crazy.
Well, I believe you can set the price on subscribers. Is that how that works?
Yeah,
I
but
did a little bit of research.
The problem is that you have a base, you have a base price that is so high that you almost don't make any profit on it from Teespring. I mean, some T-shirts to get like a €8 profit was like €40, which is insane.
Yeah. In order to make some kind of a profit as a content creator, you need to sell a lot of those T-shirts, and at a higher cost than some content creators would be willing to ask for. So
yeah, I just I felt I was really happy with the fact that anyway, it looks great. There's going to be new designs coming in the future, but if you want to check it out, we have the new T-shirt which has the Indiana Gek on it, and also have the beanie now with the logo as well, the Beeblebum logo. If you're interested, I'm not gonna get any notifications yet on my PC or on the OBS for the moment. I'm still working on that. But I just want to move everything as quickly over to the other merch store. Should be fixed now, MSG. Weirdly enough, my bot was disabled again. Streamlabs.
I see you've got my shirt there posted in the link there. Son of a glitch. For those of you who are not aware, in the Beeblebum Discord, I changed my name to DG, you son of a glitch, just because it sounded funny at the time.
I'm getting a crop tea. Hey. Midnight.
Sometimes you got to have a little bit of fun with that. So, anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how well this works and how it's been integrated in communities. So, be really interesting. And I look forward to hearing a whole bunch of updates regarding this, Beeb. So you have to let us know how this is working out for you.
Yeah, I will be. I'm working on some new designs. I'm probably gonna be working with another artist to make probably 2 more designs. One No Man's Sky, Golden Beeble related, and one that's gonna be Valheim related for my other channel. So yeah,
That would be kind of cool. The B-side, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't know why
I still say you should have called it the Beetle Hive. Beeblebum and Beetlebum.
The B side. It's good. It's the second, the other side of the cassette tape.
The dark side. The dark side.
You have the sweet side and the.
Have you had a chance to play much of the Switch since its release?
No. I've my Switch is just catching dust now. I mean, if I can play it on a PC and I have great quality, and I will take the Switch. I will take the Switch with me if I go on holiday or whatever. But that's gonna be all. I'm not gonna be playing it on the Switch just because to play it. If I have the PC around.
Yes. So there's no multiplayer. And it does mirror the No Man's Sky universe and the builds that we put out there, so they can see the builds from other platforms. It's a little bit janky at times with being able to see things. It's the online network, which it has a difficult time staying on the online Switch network. But other than that, it's pretty good. There's a couple of players that I've been talking with over at the cafe who they play it religiously. They're trying to get their saves up and running, and it's pretty cool. It's got some cool things to it, but it has limitations. So, those of you who are thinking of getting a Switch, just know you hit that 3001 part, and the game is just gonna it's gonna have a hiccup. We'll just say that politely.
I probably think if you're planning on looking for a portable device to play No Man's Sky, if that is your and you don't have the portable device yet, I would probably advise you to go for the Steam Deck.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of those other options available out there. The iPad has got a possible available option that has not been released yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works as well. I will get one or the other, but not both. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to hearing what the differences between them and which one may be better to suit my needs. I think it's only inevitable before online multiplayer is available on the Switch. HD has made huge leaps and bounds just getting it on the Switch in the first place. So it stands to reason that they'll probably undergo some pretty intensive work to try and get that happening as well, and link them up with the rest of the No Man's Sky community, at least on online multiplayer. They do not have Quicksilver missions yet.
Nope. Still not.
And that needs to be done. Yeah, that needs to be looked at because they've got all these items in the Quicksilver bot.
3 months.
But it is, and they need to work on that. Other than that, it's a pretty cool little system. For mobile, I mean, really, in terms of being mobile, that's pretty good. You have
no. And I mean, if you play it on the Switch, the quality is really good on the Switch screen itself. If you play it docked, then you do see it's very shaded. It's very flat, the game. But yeah, the reason why I have a Switch, my main game I'm playing on Switch on Nintendo is Zelda. That's the only reason why I had Nintendo. So it was just easy to just get No Man's Sky. I would otherwise never bought the Switch for No Man's Sky. I would be.
There are other platforms that are better for No Man's Sky. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think just for the availability of having it mobile, if you're traveling and just need to get your your fill of the game in there, it's a nice little thing to have. I think to be able to play and sort of fly around and explore. So it's a good thing. I'm glad they brought it to the community in terms of a new platform. But I'm still looking forward to what they do with the current platforms that they're on right now. And I do know that a lot of the old generation of some of the platforms are starting to be phased out. and that
Yes.
has been causing some errors and some problems to some travelers out there. Hopefully, it doesn't get worse. So I'm crossing my fingers on that. I was building with a friend the other day, and I'm on PS5, and my friend is on PS4, and we built a base that was no more than 500 parts. But it had a hard time rendering even those 500 parts, and there was nothing special. Not a lot
There
of
was
list building.
on PlayStation 4. The other one was playing.
Yes, yes. So the PlayStation 4 really had a hard
Yeah,
time with the rendering,
I've heard
and it
that
was nothing
PlayStation
really
definitely has.
outrageous.
Yeah, I have heard that PlayStation has way more issues than the Xbox, older consoles.
Yeah, now the
With
Xbox, it has its own set of problems.
yes, but
The
you know,
Xbox
like
One,
render
that
wise
is.
and stuff like that, seems to be a little bit better on the Xbox.
Yeah, yeah. As a friend says, it's a potato, and quite often colors don't render. Even though the game renders, some bases floors won't show, and so you'll be walking around and just go fall through a floor. So
But
some things are better and some things are worse. But I think old generation consoles, if you're thinking of upgrading, do it, because it's not going to get better. No.
I think quite a lot of. I mean, if I compare PlayStation with Xbox, I had both of them. I always found that PlayStation games, like the exclusive games of PlayStation, were always a little bit more intense toward the use of your console. They actually were always pushing that limits. If you look at the exclusives, and I think the PlayStation probably has suffered way more than an Xbox when
Well, they have to write different code.
yeah, when they get to that point, when they get older, PS4 gets older, I think it just has, it's just tired. I think that's the main issue.
Yeah, they need to write different code for the PlayStation Network. Xbox and Microsoft are linked hand in hand, and so it's easy to transfer code from one to the other. And of course, they have Xbox Live, which essentially is PC. It's just not on Steam. So the code for that is very simple and easy for them to transfer. But if they have to write new code for the PlayStation, obviously there is going to be some issues. Graphics, aren't always as good as what is available on PC. And so having to rewrite that code to format it to the PlayStation, you're going to lose a little bit of something in terms of quality of image. That being said, I love my PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 5. I absolutely love it, and wouldn't trade it for the world, even though I'm not really happy with how Sony runs their business. I really love my PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And won't ever go to Xbox. But that's me on my personal, likes. But everybody has their platform that they prefer, and for me, PlayStation is the platform that I prefer. I like console simply because it does not. It takes a lot longer for it to be outdated than, say, having it on a computer.
Yeah, they keep working.
Computers.
They make the games to make sure that they fit on the console, no? While the PC just keeps on evolving constantly, so they kind of also evolve the game. Anyway, I think we should call in our guest. What do you think?
Is our guest ready?
I think he's there.
He there.
I'm not. Is he already in the game?
He's here.
I think he's okay.
I just don't know if he's waiting. There he is. I see him outside the door there. Welcome, traveler. How are you?
Hello.
Probably just went to the
There
toilet.
we go.
Yes, we hear you.
All right. How are you guys doing?
On the other side of the door there.
Yeah, just waiting.
There he is. With the green.
Welcome, friend. How are you today?
All right. I'm doing just fine. Just fine.
Good to see you. I see you've got a different outfit. This is new for you. I haven't seen this outfit.
Well, it's a little different because we're going to be visiting some bases today, and the first one we start at is going to be a bit of an older one, so it's from an older save. And this happened to be the avatar that I loaded into today. So
he just put his nice and fancy suit on.
I did, yeah. I dressed up for the occasion. Absolutely.
There you go. Well, it's a pleasure having you here on the show today. It's you've been a guest at I've been looking forward to interviewing for a long time now, so I wasn't going to miss it, even if I was feeling a little under the weather today. So, welcome. Good to see you on the show, Dave.
I really appreciate it, man. This is a bit surreal, actually. Being here is a bit strange. I mean, watch this every month, and so being on this end of it's a bit strange. But I'm really glad to be here. Incredibly flattered, and yeah, just looking forward to hanging out with you guys for a bit.
No, it's good to have you in there, Dave. Well, I'm gonna call you Dave. I'm calling you Dave anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely. Yeah, no worries.
We're so used to calling you that. Yeah. So,
how are you doing?
You've built. Oh,
I'm doing
sorry,
good.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm doing fantastic, Beebs. Yeah, could not be better.
Good. You got your whiskey or whatever you're drinking?
Absolutely. Yep. I've got a cider actually.
Okay.
Here in the mountains of Colorado, they make really good ciders.
Okay,
so
good.
I got myself a nice cider.
Whew. All right, DG. I'm always interrupting you. Tell me what you were asking.
That's okay. I think we interrupt each other that way. So, I was just going to say, you built a lot of stuff, Dave. You're constantly building. Probably one of the most avid builders of this game. Some people, they let it die off a little bit, but you're putting out content in new builds all the time, and they're huge builds. I don't think there's anything you do small. Now take that as a compliment.
I do absolutely, yeah.
You build a lot of huge builds, and you go at it really hard, and you put them out, you pump them out really really fast. Ever since I've known you, you've probably had about half a dozen bases on the go at any one time. And I guess that makes it a little bit easier for you to complete one and put that out there each week with a new one. And including, you've also started up doing shorts as well. And so you're doing glitch stacks on these YouTube shorts, and you're putting those out there at least once a week as well. And so there's a ton of content from Dave Enrasilver. And let me just slip over to my my thing here. And just drop your link if you don't mind here. For those of you who don't know or keep up with Dave, he has a ton of content, and it should be said that you really have to explore his channel to see it all, because he's got so much there. And
yeah, the link is already
YouTube channel.
The link is already pinned on the top of the comments if you want to check it out on the chat.
Right on. Thank you. I'm not keeping up with chat, so I have to apologize. I'm a little bit out of it today. So, can you tell us a little bit about why you build some of the builds that you build? Why do you build them so big? Is that just you just like building huge maximum complexity builds, or is there
overcompensating?
Do you have a building problem?
I'm gonna dodge Beeb's question and answer DG's. No, it's really most of the builds start small. And then as I'm building, they as I'm working at a build, my mind wanders, and it makes up stories. And as the story grows in my brain, the build grows correspondingly. Yeah. And so that's usually how they end up at 3,000, is that if I hit 2,700 and I'm like, okay, we're looking pretty good here, I guess. Wait, I still got 300 pieces left. Okay, what can I add? And so I see that 3,000 as being where you're supposed to be at. I mean, if that's what you're allowed, why not take all that you're allowed?
Kind of like driving the maximum speed limit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it says 50, you go 50.
Yeah. So, and I find it helps just tell the story better. If more pieces means I can tell more complex stories.
Go in more
And
detail.
that's really one of the things that keeps me building and allows me to keep putting out content, is that I'm enjoying it. And that's what it boils down to. I find it relaxing, and just very enjoyable. It exercises a part of my brain that I don't use much in the rest of my daily life. And so it's a good escape. It really is. And an outlet for all the stories rattling around in my brain. I get some of them out of it. And so it's a nice cathartic experience.
So, okay, then if that's what you do on a regular basis is build to maximum complexity, which is the 3,000 part mark. How do you know when you're close to that? Like, do you just sort of build until it says not uploadable and then delete? Because I find that hard to believe, because your bases are so well put together in a lot of ways. How do you keep track of all those parts and know where you're at?
At first, it was exactly like you said. I build until it says, nope, you can't upload it anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is where I stop.
End of the story.
What do I gotta, what can I do to tie it all together here with what I've got? And then the more you start to build up to that limit, it becomes the little things you notice, like what renders when and how long it takes, and when things pop out, what is popping out. And it's just little tiny things that really took me longer than most, I'm sure, to start noticing, that sort of signal that, hey, you're getting close to where the game's getting a little twitchy on you. And then you know that you're getting close to that 3K.
Yeah, it does have a certain renderability factor that goes along with it, where parts tend to pop and disappear on you and de-render and re-render. I know myself, I sort of keep a tally in my head based on what I'm building. If I'm building multiple of the same things, I know how many parts that are involved in each one of those smaller components, and try and keep a basic tally. It's not perfect, but I mean, I guess everybody has their ways of figuring out how close they are to that 3K mark.
It is, yeah. Well, and it depends on the kind of build I'm doing, whether, because like some builds, like you said, that I'm repeating a specific structure over and over again, like my bridge between worlds, that those bridges are repeating structures. So I knew exactly how many pieces was going to be in each bridge, because I knew how many segments I had to build.
That one's got to be close to 3. Yeah.
And so one side is exactly 3. The other one I'm saying is probably 27, 28. So, yeah.
I am curious, for other people, does it all render both sides of that base?
Yep, I've had several people visit. Well, I mean, you guys can tell me today.
Okay, cool.
As we fall through the planet.
Yeah. That's why there's landing pads. You make a save when you get out of your ship, and then you can reload that if all else fails. But yeah, so, and that's really, it's just seeing how things render in and getting a feel for the game. Just experience building up to that limit is really all it is.
Yeah, you do get a certain feel for it. You get to a point like, I think I'm getting close to 3,000 now.
Yeah,
but you still,
game's about to shut me down.
Yeah, you're either still like 400 or 500 pieces away, or you're like really, really close. It's either that or
yeah. Well, and then I know there's some builders like JC and ER. When they start a build, they'll build like a 200 stack something or other off to the side. And so when they hit their 3K, they know they've still got exactly 200 room. They delete that out, and they know exactly they've got 200 exactly pieces to finish the build out with. And I think that's a really good idea too.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
a
I
really
did
good
with
way.
that's what I did with the Atlas build as well. The temple, like let's build 200 cubes here, and so I know that I can still do some decoration afterwards.
Yeah,
It does make things easier. Yeah, because if you run out of room, you're left with what do I delete to make it all cohesive again? And that could really hurt, destroy, a build a lot, right? You've got these visions and you start building, and when it gets to that point and you haven't completed it and you're faced with deleting things, it's tough. Yeah,
So
because
giving yourself that little
everybody has to.
cushion is a good idea. Yeah.
I like that idea. I may have to try and employ that myself.
When was the first time you encountered the build limits, and did you know about it?
I didn't know about it actually. The first time I hit it was doing the Fortress of the Two, my second ever glitch build, and I built that. I still remember actually. I built just the biggest freaking diamond I could possibly build. I think it was like 17 levels of triangles, but I was having trouble getting the edges to match up just right, and I couldn't get the last few little triangles in. And I joined Beeble's Discord maybe a couple months before, and one of my first posts in there just saying, "How do I do this?" Beeblebum answered me within about 5 minutes, and just a few little picks. This is what you do. You just got adjacency from down to the small triangles, hold the place, go back to the big, and there it is. And so, but that build had circular airlocks on either side of the pyramid. And so I was about 2/3 of the way done with the pyramid shell when I hit 3K, and I didn't really even know it was just a little red thing on the bottom of my build bar as I was, and I'm like, base is not uploadable. What the? And so I go over to my base computer because I'm like, that's probably what it's talking about. And yeah, sure enough, can't upload it. And so I ended up, cutting the pyramid in half and got it in just under the 3. But
So, all right. Well, that being said, when was the first time that you encountered no build parts available? Or how does the phrase go? When you run out of build space in
construction limit reached.
Structure limit reached.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. That I remember very vividly because I that's a badge of honor in my opinion. The very first time I hit it was at the Nursery of Souls, actually. When I was building the scaffolding for the helices, just the scaffolding. It was part of the scaffolding when I hit it, and I got video because at that time I was always filming, and I'd release the build journals, and so I've actually got it on film of me hitting my construction limit for the first time.
I kind of like those build journals. It was something different that set you apart as a content creator. Not everybody did build journals of their builds. And it was really kind of neat to see you go through the process and mindset of how you were going through to build those builds. Some of them, more grand than others. For those of you who don't know the Nursery of Souls, I think by now most of you in chat have all seen Crisscross's sort of vortex of glitching separators. It's kind of like that, only he used. That's right. Only Dave Enrasilver did a similar version of that, upright, only using all the glitches in a spiral helix fashion. It was pretty amazing to see, and that was 2 years ago, a little under 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, just under. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and I think you had just gotten a PS5. You wanted to see its capabilities.
And
it was a sight to see. In fact, if you were to look very, very closely at your icon on Discord, I believe that is the picture that you've used, is it not?
On
it could actually
Discord,
be
no, it's the thumbnail on YouTube though.
Yeah, it's an avatar.
It's a thumbnail on YouTube. Okay.
My YouTube thumbnail, is a view up the inside of the structure. But yeah, that was fun to build. I wanted to do something with all the glitches and nothing but the glitches because we're glitch building.
It's a double glitch.
And at the time, we were talking an awful lot about incorporating glitches in ways that hadn't necessarily been used before. I think you and I had many conversations about that. So that was
Absolutely,
really,
yeah.
really cool to see that one reach its full potential. So, do you still have that base, or did you have to
I
delete it?
do. No, that's one of the few undeletables.
Wow,
Yeah,
It's gonna be
wow,
around, yeah.
really big as well, no, that base.
It is, yeah, yeah.
it is.
It's large.
Um, since when did you start building again, Dave? Let's say,
Um,
since when did you start playing No Man's
probably
Sky? Let's start there.
I started No Man's Sky probably 3 months after release. I didn't hear any of the hype on it or
Mm-hmm.
the bad press, really. Um, at the time, I didn't really read any gaming magazines, or I bought games that looked cool that were made by companies that I'd played other games that were cool by. And so really that's about it. And then I read an article just randomly, I think it was in PC Magazine. The guy had written it about No Man's Sky, and it was about the promise of No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said that, yeah, there's bad publicity out there and they didn't deliver on what they promised at launch, but there is so much promise in this game that you got to at least try it.
Mm-hmm.
And that convinced me. I was looking for another game, to something new to play, and I've always liked sandbox games. And so I picked it up and played probably 2 years without even paying attention to multiplayer or anything. That never went to the anomaly, none of that. Just explored, just flew around and saw stuff, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I do kind of regret not getting into the multiplayer side of things earlier, because the community's been so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But those, yeah, first couple years of No Man's Sky, just flying around and
Yeah.
just turn the game on and dare it to surprise me, and it never failed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then when did you
It's
kick
been
off?
a hell of a journey.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. When did you kick
Yep.
off building then? After that,
I kicked off building. Let's see, it was so yeah, it was summer of 2020.
the summer of
Like
It was the
right when
contest.
COVID lockdown started hitting. It was a little bit before the contest, even there,
Mhm.
DG. But right that summer, my kids had went to spend basically the whole summer with their grandparents, and I was missing them real bad. And so I was playing No Man's Sky, and I'm like, I'm gonna build a house in the sky, and I'm gonna show it to them whenever they call. And that's what I'm going to do. So I went on YouTube looking for ways to build a sky base.
Mm.
And it was not Beeblebum's video I found. I will admit that. I found a different video that was just basically building stairs all the way up. And so that's what I did. I built stairs up to the atmospheric limit and build a base up there. And then as I'm building the base up there, I wanted it to look as cool as I could make it look, because I was building it for my kids and I wanted them to think it was cool. And so I started looking for other videos, and that's when I stumbled across Beeblebum and the glitch building. And I think the first video I saw Beebles was the teleporter bridge, and then the 2000K teleporter.
Mhm.
And I built them both. And kind of that's how I taught myself glitch building, was by doing those things. And that 2000K teleporter, learning how to adjacency glitch while building that, was an exercise in frustration, I'll tell you that much.
Especially after 2000 you running.
Yeah, you run it all the way 2000 you down and then miss the glitch. Oh, come on. I could tell you though, in an unupgraded motorbike, it takes 2 minutes and 12 seconds to drive 2000 U. I drove it a lot.
Hmm.
So, and yeah, that's kind of what got me into it. And then just the more I learned about glitch building and the more I saw was possible, I'd never really built like this in a game before. And so I had no idea that it was even something I'd be any good at. And so it's been lots of fun kind of unlocking that creative side of my brain. And so
It's been
just never
impressive to
look back.
watch you. It's really been impressive to watch you build and learn and incorporate new techniques as they come out. You're probably one of the foremost experts in learning the new techniques as they've been introduced and using them in each of your builds. Quite often, a new technique will be out there, and lo and behold, Dave Enrasilver is streaming, using that technique in his morning streams. I remember the slide glitch. I remember the cash pin glitch when that was first introduced. And you were out there building as much as you could, as big as you could, using those new techniques. Myself, I'm quite a bit slower in learning the curve, and I'll learn them eventually. It just sometimes it takes time to get that muscle memory and learn the new techniques. But you're definitely always one of the first players to adapt to those new techniques and use them. The first time I ever saw you was in that contest that I spoke of, and you had built this gigantic robot and battle scene, and it was really impressive, worthy of definitely possibly winning that contest. And it was one of the most coolest things I'd ever seen. And I think after that, our friendship was forged when we did a collaborative build with Possess.
Yeah.
That was really kind of cool getting to know you and watching how you do things, and how you've developed your own building style over the couple of years there. So um, like I said, if anybody is not familiar with Dave's channel, you should go through it and have a look at some of his old builds and work your way up through some of his new builds, and you can get a real feel for how he's developed over the years. Pretty impressive, and I have to say, your YouTube channel in itself is pretty impressive, as you've taken on being a content creator and slowly worked your way into being one of the pretty well-known content creators out there. You don't have thousands and thousands of subscribers, but your content is exceptional, and you built that channel from absolutely nothing right up to where it's at now. And a lot of people, they look up to you as builders. So I got to give you full credit and kudos with a little golf clap to congratulate you on the work that you put into it.
Well, I appreciate it. And honestly, I don't really see it too much as work. It's something I'm having fun with. And I'm enjoying doing, and I like making my silly little stories and coming up with things that look a stack of glitches that look a little different than the sum of the parts look different than each one. And so that's fun for me. I've been enjoying that. And I mean, when I was first getting started building, I was inspired by a whole lot of different builders. And so to hear that I'm inspiring other people is fantastic. That um humbling, and I like to think paying it forward a little bit. And so if I can help somebody figure out a different way to look at a piece, or an easier way to build something and put something together, then that's good. I like that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think especially I'm either lurking most of the time in your stream. I don't always say hello as well. I'm just kicking it off, and then because if I say hello, then somebody responds, and I feel like I need to respond, and then I cannot do any work. So I decide watch the stream, don't say anything. Anyway, when I'm watching your streams, I do see that a lot of people just enjoy the fact that they see you working through the process. How am I going to do this? And I think that is really important for other builders to learn and understand, like, what is the pattern or what is the thinking behind it, and how can I apply it on my builds. And I think that's I think that's a lot of people appreciate how you build your how do you do it in your streams as well.
Well, and that's kind of how I look at whenever I'm visiting somebody else's base and I see something that's really cool. I'm like, how can I apply this to what I do? And how can I use this idea to make something I'm doing look a little bit cooler? And so that's, in order to do that, you've got to understand how things fit together and how things work. And so that's what I try and do in my streams, is I try and just explain how it makes sense in my head, and hopefully it makes sense in somebody else's head the same way. And if not, they can ask a question and we can try and figure it out. But and that's something I learned from Beeble watching his streams. Somebody's got a question, he'll stop what he's doing and show them. And so that, again, it's just having good people to learn from. That's what it boils down to.
I think
it's really interesting. Sorry, go ahead there, Beebs. I interrupted you again.
Well, it's okay. That's it. Let me just finish my sentence, and you can go ahead. Then, what I think is important, and it's not really a question, is we have a lot of content creators. I think we have quite a selection of content creators that are doing building videos, building streams, and I think it's very important because even how I'm explaining my videos isn't always understandable by everybody. Sometimes people is like, I don't get it because how this guy thinks, that's not how I think, and that's good because another content creator explains exactly the same thing but completely, how their mind works, where that person can say, hey, that I understand this much better. And I think that is why it's important we have all these different approaches to glitch building, even doing the same thing but a different approach and think pattern is. I noticed that
exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that because everybody has their own approach, Beebs, on how they approach building certain things. Whether one person uses an adjacency or another person will use wires and glitch onto the wires. And of course, there was a pretty avid discussion about this. I think Crisscross's stream the other day about his approach to building. Is different than some of the others. And this actually is a nice segue into one of the questions that I had for Dave, which I don't know if it's so much as a question is it's watching Dave build and it's interesting because what Dave does is there's a trial and error kind of a step process. Sometimes when he's looking to build a certain thing, he'll try something and see if it works. And I think it's important for a lot of people to see and realize that ideas, they may be in your head, but putting it onto a pane for the builders to build is a completely different process. You can't just magically snap your fingers. There has to be a way of getting those parts in there. And sometimes, you have to do a little bit of trial and error of building, deleting, building and deleting, and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And Dave is a really good example when you watch him stream some of his builds of, sometimes he'll build something and he's got this idea in his head, but it's not quite working. And so he has to take a different approach. And I really appreciate watching that in his streams and watching him build through that process because a lot of people who are new to building don't realize that even experienced builders have to go through this process of trial and error of seeing what works, what doesn't work. Maybe a 16-sided circle doesn't quite cut it and you need a 24-sided circle, which doesn't really fit the same pattern, and you have to build that circle differently in order to get 24 sides. So, that's just an example, but I really like seeing the process, and Dave doesn't hide it at all. He shows it, and he's not afraid to delete something and rebuild something in a better fashion because it fits his build better.
Well, that's kind of the fun of building, is getting in there and figuring it out. And quite often it doesn't work the first way, the second way, or you got to work at it. And then, but when it finally does, that's awesome. That's a fantastic feeling when it finally, what's in your head matches what you see on the screen, and you're like, yes, that's what I've been working for. That's where it's at. Let's do it again. Well, let's move to this next part of the build and do that again.
Yeah.
So that's the fun
Yeah.
of it. It really is.
Well, and I've been there myself many times where, I don't know what's going to work. I've got a vision in my head, but I don't know how to make it work. And so just by throwing parts around and seeing what works, and sometimes it takes on a different form, just by playing around and seeing something. Well, you know what, I like this better. And then an
Absolutely.
idea is born. Watching
And
you build
sometimes
that
I'll
that
see,
ship.
yeah. Well, sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, that doesn't work, but that still looks pretty cool. And
Yeah.
a couple builds later, it'll pop up, be like, this is where that looks really good.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
And so it's not wasted effort.
No.
It's not at all.
There's a lot of discovery and mistakes. There's a lot of
There is.
hey, that doesn't fit here, but I probably will be use that in that build or in something that I have in mind. Or
Yeah,
it gives you an idea of a build for a build as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
Kicks off the ideas for
Mhm,
yeah.
We were talking about the complexity, about the limits. Did you reach all 3 of the limits?
Yes. Yep. Yep. I've maxed a build save in. Do you mean maxed it in all the game modes, Beeble? Is that what you're talking about?
No. There's true.
Okay.
The third one doesn't really exist anymore now, but it used to exist before, after Beyond. Well,
Oh, I know
around
what you're
Beyond.
talking about.
There was one
Yes.
limit and would give you a heart attack because you thought you were at the 16,000 building K limit, but it was it was a complexity limit. You could not build too many parts in the same location. So if you have like 50 switches, it was like, nope, you cannot build that much.
Okay, no, I never hit that. I wasn't building at that time, so yeah, never hit that.
Yeah, not everybody reached that, but some people reached it. I was like, but I still have enough building parts.
Yeah.
This is a new save. This is a new save. So that was the complexity limit, and then I think it was with maybe Frontiers or maybe before that they gave PlayStation 4 the ability to flip a switch which says turn off disable complexity limit.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then with a little bit later it disappeared at all with PS5. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that was well before Frontiers, and I know the one you speak of. That one will give you a heart attack. I've started saves, building short walls, and next thing you know, I've hit the complexity already. I'm like,
the short walls were such a pain.
Excuse me. Yes, and we use short walls. A lot of us use short walls for scaffolding, right? Getting pieces into place, sizing, various other ways of using short walls. So that was a killer when that would happen, and you had to be very careful as to how many short walls you put in a certain singular place.
And terrible render as well.
Yeah. Now that did not include glitching. So if you remember, we used to be able to Blender glitch multiple parts on a single connector, and that would circumvent that particular complexity issue. Yeah. Yes.
But still, the short walls and a lot of the switches and things like that would really F up your render as well. If you had a bad rendering base, remove the short walls and it was all solved and fixed.
Yeah, pipes too were a problem for a long time around that era.
And they wouldn't render in properly. They would all be straight instead of bent. And oh my God. Just thinking about it, the frustrations that were, like 1 year and a half ago are non-existent now with building in No Man's Sky. You wouldn't be able to build the Atlas Temple, for example. All these short walls stacked on each other. Forget it.
The game would have noped out about halfway through.
Yep. Goodbye. We're out of here.
That is a brilliant method, and I've used it to the nth degree. I actually really like that curving method, and I've used it in a lot of different builds for a lot of different ways. It's great for making arches. It's great for making domes. It's great for making spheres. When that was first showed to me by Possess, I saw the potential of that and just started working with it right away. I absolutely love that method. And if I've got to make a curved arch in some fashion. That's my go-to method for sure every time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things you can do with it because they're wires, and so you can glitch anything on top of them. Doesn't have to be short walls. That's just the medium
and
to get
you can use the
each
short
height.
walls to make what you call it. You make it a scaffolding, and then you use the wires for something else. It's really
very versatile.
Yeah, versatile. That was the word I was looking at. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I really like that method. It's one of my go-to methods when creating new and different shapes. And of course, if I go back 6 months to almost a year now, one of the items that I built, which a lot of people were really excited about, was it looked kind of like an exploding star made out of light fissures, and I used that method for that. I built a sphere out of those using that method on a very small scale, and it's because of that was possible to be able to do that. So just another great technique that a lot of us builders use to create shapes and designs that have not been seen before. And it's great when somebody sees a shape or design that hasn't been done before, because it inspires so many people. And I think that is what makes it all the more worth it when you come up with an idea that nobody's seen yet. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's very inspiring. And it's also inspiring as a builder because you feel good knowing that you've inspired others to build things like that as well. So I think that's one of the most rewarding parts about being a builder in the community, is when you inspire others to build. It is very rewarding to know that others have seen your content and want to do the same. So yeah, I love all of you guys.
Most definitely.
I'm thinking it might be a good idea to just jump in to the ships and go and check a base out. No.
All right.
I'm game.
So no, I'm taking a screenshot. Give me a second.
Dave's already on the way. He's so excited. He took off already.
All right.
So there we go. We're good. Sit down.
All right. No, you can come. You can come. I'll show the teleporter if you want to go and use the teleporter to your base. Or are you in this save, creative?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm on the. Yep. This is the save that the base is on.
All right. All right.
Anyway.
So I'll show you the teleporter.
Okay. Follow me, Beebs.
And then Beebs and I will take the anomaly and teleport over to you.
Was it easy to find with the little red sign, 16?
Yeah, that's handy. Yeah, that was. I'm like, oh, that's what that's for. Okay, cool.
That's a teleporter right here in the left.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
I closed off this corridor so nobody would get lost. All right, let me jump into the anomaly.
Sounds good. I'm teleporting there now. Now, I figured we'd start here since DG is with us. This is actually a build. This was my first post-Frontiers build. And it is something I did for Cafe 42. And so it's the Cafe 42 Exocraft Mission Hub. This is actually built in survival.
Yes, I remember this base.
You can join.
It still stands, I'm glad to say.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing because you can now join survival games with your creative. The only one that is actually separate is permanent. So now if Christy would ever build a No Man's Sky again, I can go and join with my creative and survive.
Yeah.
She had a way of killing you, didn't she, Beebs? All right, let us know when you're there, Dave.
I am there. Yep, just got there.
I just saw DG's ball flying in.
Yeah, I had to get me one of those.
DG.
It works so well for my video.
Oh, and now I've managed to get Discord and the stream set up, so I'll be able to be in chat. I'm sorry, I haven't been ignoring chat. Apologies.
Did you buy a new microphone, by the way, Dave?
I did, yeah. I
you-
changed up my set.
Yeah, you
setup,
definitely
so-
hear it. You definitely hear it.
Okay, good, hopefully, because I know, last time during your 24-hour stream, there was a bad echo. Alright, so hopefully the landing pads will render for you guys.
They
I
did it
put
last
2
time
in.
I was here.
Okay, I put 2 in.
I think I used this base for its resources not long ago on my survival save. I was trying to catch up all my saves. Let's see here. Let's wait for things to render.
So easy going, you know, just freezing, but not having to worry about it. Ooh, I like the windows with the wheels in there.
Oh yeah, this I did. Yeah, this was the very first thing after Frontiers, and I think I saw you doing that on stream actually, Beebs.
Yeah, you know when we did that? That was a 24-hour stream.
I think it was the 2 years ago one.
Yeah,
the one right after Frontiers. Yeah.
Does it render in for you, DG?
I'm sorry?
Does it render in for you?
It seems to be rendering in.
All right, good.
Okay, yeah, it looks like most of that, that Exocraft garage is pretty much all rendered in there, Beebs.
Yeah. No, I see. I think everything popped in straight away for me. So.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's been here a while.
It has.
Space,
yeah, this base has been here a bit. So, yeah, this is the Exomech garage. I set it out over here, and then the other
looks
Exocraft. And this is where I was just starting to play around with glitch stacks.
Yeah, the professor of glitch stacking is here, guys. Enrasilver.
So yeah, I put some
like that table
and stuff. Yeah, that table came out real nice too.
Yeah, really nice and round. It's hard to get those round. You really have to glitch those particular pieces in there to get that.
Yeah.
Came together nicely.
Yeah, it's very cool with the light on top as well, and then the little screens. These screens seem to be rendering in as well better now.
Yeah, the screens are rendering in nicely.
Before they wouldn't, you know. Before you had to go really close before they popped in. Now it seems to be.
Yeah, that'd take a while. These came in pretty quick. So.
I like this.
And then, just at the end, when I was finishing up the build, is when the size glitch came out, and so that's why I've got a little tiny mech here in the front.
So cute.
And yep. And then over here is where the rest of oh yeah, I'll let you get a little. So yeah, that's the Exomech garage. And some of the light fissures there and the entrance aren't rendering, but that's all right. It's very possible they might have cascaded out at some point as well.
If it doesn't render in for you, then
I'm thinking cascade's good. Probably what happened. So yeah, over here, this is where the rest of the Exocraft are. So this was the only part I had built before Frontiers.
This is
I had
the
wires set in.
This is not
that
rendering.
Looks so weird. Oh,
look at the wheels.
Anything sized, yeah, it's all squished.
It almost looks like one of the Star Wars.
One of the AT-ATs, yeah. Yep.
Well, this is a really good example of how you used to run all of your power in this little box over here. Before Frontiers, we used to be able to put all of those pieces or all those. I'm sorry, my brain is not working well today. Solar panels and batteries all in the same spots, and glitch them in there. And you can see he's got these resized. He's covered them up with the parts really nicely here to sort of hide them from what they really are.
By the way, I wanted to give a quick thank you to Walter Judd for being a member for 6 months. Appreciate that if you're still here. And Thunder Kunt for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. 07, guys.
07, you guys.
Yeah, that was and then at on the bottom of those things, you've got a maintenance hatch there so you can get at and actually access the solar panels and the batteries.
Really like how you've incorporated these heaters with lamps. It turned out really well.
Yeah, lining the walkway between the garages and the station. So,
Yes.
yeah, this is the Exocraft hub station up here.
Ah.
I'm planning giving you a hard time there, Beebs.
Just snapped.
It's as big as you are.
Yep. Yeah, lost something there.
Hopefully nothing too essential.
Oh, I still have another one. It's okay. I lost both of them. Damn it. There's another plant here.
Yeah, this whole plant is pretty gnarly.
It's a winter plant,
Storms
guys.
come in pretty crazy.
It's
Yeah.
December after all. Ooh, I like this as well. I like that. With that's a good frame for statues. That I like. I'm already going into the doors.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, Beebs. No worries.
As you can see, guys, this is Cafe 42. In case you missed it.
Yes. Built-in cafe space. Yeah, Dave was one of the first guys to come and build in survival for us. So we're very happy and proud that he came and built.
Something weird going on here.
It's funky, yeah.
Camera seems to be messing up every time. Could be because
it's
of
the decal collision from the big decal.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, the teleporter back in the corner leads you up to the overseer's office, or overseer's quarters, actually.
Hello.
And of course, we got a gnarly storm outside, so you can't really see anything.
No, I was about to turn the lights on, I think they're on already.
Yeah.
It's weird that the weather can make such a... Let me just turn on my light. Ah. Nada and Polo. That's some serious nightstand lamp here. It's weird that it didn't light up though.
Yeah. That's where it's not bioluminescing.
Yeah.
Usually they do. That's kind of funky.
Is it because you kind of... I don't know, I have to check. No, they should work because I used them in the... I used them with the... What's the name? The Blackreach, and they were glowing, so it does...
Weird.
Hey, I just see these carpets, like, you use them here. I have, like, this idea to make a stairs with that. Because you see the little bump they have? You could put this on, like, a stair and make, like, a little, like, a carpeted stair.
Carpeted stair, yeah. Yeah, you definitely could, actually. That's nice. Yeah. Because, yeah, they phase in together pretty well.
Let me turn off my light again.
So we got little cooking spaces, dining area.
You see also, this is one of your first builds that you did, no? This one?
Yeah. Post Frontiers. Yeah, this is one of the very first.
Yeah.
The very first Post Frontiers.
You see that the how building evolved as well, you know. Now if you look at your kitchens now, you will see a lot more detail in your kitchens with this one, for example, compared with this. You see how you evolve over just a short time of year.
Yeah. Each build you got to get a little bit better. So that upstairs we've got bunk rooms. Push me off, babes.
I was about to fall.
Yeah, these stairs aren't the safest in the world, but
it's weird that it's so dark here, no?
yeah, it's when the storms roll in. so this is where I learned that decals face through walls. Because I didn't realize that the not on polo were going to come through from the other side.
Does this happen on all the walls or only the wooden walls? Only the wooden walls, no?
Only the wooden walls.
Yeah.
Extreme temperature detected.
And then over in the next room over, this you've got a teleporter that controls access to the rooftop relaxation areas.
But there's
So
like
this-
a whole bunch of... You should have to switch a switch to get to another room?
To get to one of the rooftop areas, yeah. So, like, there you go. You pop jump top. But, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. These look the little towels.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's 5 of these up here. And each one's decorated a little bit. This one is actually the Overseers. This one at the very tippity top. And this one can only be gotten to if the switch in the Overseer's office has also been thrown. So, but yeah, you just pick which one you want to go to with that switch, and it takes you to that one.
Cool. Just if you wanna... I mean, I cannot freeze my balls off anymore because I lost them both at the plants, but... it's pretty chilly here, isn't it?
It's a little cold up there, yeah.
I like that as well. The little glowing light in the disc.
Yeah, the merged biolantern.
Ooh.
But yeah, so this was my first post-Frontiers build, kind of playing around with all the different pieces, seeing what was possible, learning all the new glitches.
I think you've been streaming this, no?
This I don't think I streamed.
No, because I kind of recognize, but it might be just...
You know what? I might have. I think I might have streamed a couple times from here. Yeah.
It could be that maybe
Yeah, I
you
think I did.
you know use the same techniques, but I recognize pieces from your stream.
Yeah. I think I did now that you mention it. So yeah, stream from here at least twice, I think. So just gotta finish it up. But
I think if I sit on this
that,
design.
yep, that's the Cafe 42 mission hub.
Cool.
All right. Would you guys like to go see if the bridge works for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I gotta switch saves, so I'm gonna jump out and then rejoin you with a different save. Watch out for this one. This is the one I lost my... Lost his balls on.
I got a replacement over here somewhere. Where's my shit? Here you go, Beebs.
I'm not sure if it's gonna
There
fit
you go,
though. Gonna be a little bit, you know. See what I mean? It's a bit...
A little bit janky.
It's cool design though on the side there. That little golden.
Yeah, it's just the cockpit. Is all it is. It's just the cockpit of those Explorers. And I had a need for one when I was building my last base build in video. I tried to give the depiction of deconstructing an Explorer that had been crashed, and so it kind of fit perfectly that I could use one of these little ball ships, and hopefully it gave the right impression and you guys liked it.
It worked great. Yeah, it worked great, TG. Those things look super cool. The only problem with them is they park so weird. They sit so far down
Yep.
that bothers me.
These ones, the exotics, they sit up proper. Yeah, they sit above the ground nicely. But for whatever reason, these Explorer ones, they don't really sit nicely on the ground. There is a trick to it, and you can, if you were to land on a landing pad that is higher than the ground surface, then delete the landing pad, you can get it to sit right. But I mean, it's a little annoying. That's how I had to do it for the video.
The video, gotcha.
Yeah.
MSG, is that like a Virgin song that you're?
All right, we'll join Enra on his other save. Let us know when you're there.
Can I get? Oh, I can do this here as well. Does this work? Yes, yes. So we can get to the hidden places, maybe. Can I?
No.
Can. Oh, I can get to the hidden places with. So I can make special.
Beebs is glitching the anomaly. I'm telling.
It can make special screenshots and stuff, you know.
Yeah, quite true.
I mean, I'm always looking to make screenshots for the thumbnail, whatever. This is a good look.
I'm there.
Alright.
Okay, maybe create a save in the anomaly before you guys head out my way.
I already saved here, so
Too late. Grass.
Oh yeah, this is the bridge between worlds. So I found this collision system in Higginpod probably 3-4 months ago. This is the very, very top of my bucket list. The things I wanted to find in No Man's Sky was a collision system. And so I freaked the F out when I found this. And it proceeded to just have all kinds of fun. I've got a base here that's got a SRT cannon and fires you from planet to planet. And then I decided I wanted to build a bridge connecting the planets. And figured out that that isn't technically possible. Because once you enter the atmosphere of a planet, anything built on a base computer assigned to the previous atmosphere disappears. So made it tough to build a bridge. But you can build things in that other atmosphere from the current atmosphere. So what I was able to do was build an SRT in the other atmosphere, suspended high above the bridge, and then link it to one in the current atmosphere. So that when you do the teleport, it takes you to the other side, and the drop is long enough that the bridge on the other side will render before you fall past it.
Whee!
That's the plan.
Alright, I'm coming. I just don't know which planet you are.
You're looking for bridge between worlds, right?
No, wait. I'm just landing here where you guys are. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Na, 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 na. This is gonna be a bit of a surreal walking around, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah. These collision planets are interesting.
I think I might have drunk too much whiskey.
Yeah, gravity on these worlds is a little bit funky.
And
I've had the pleasure of playing on them a little bit, and it's not what you think.
and this is one of the deepest collisions I've seen, and so yeah, gravity here is just like, forget about it. Yeah, and you climb those towers really weird, babes.
I think I drank too much.
That's, yeah, a real weird climb.
I just... Okay. Do we have to walk from here, or is the build somewhere? Oh, there it is.
No, it's starting. Well, you're not getting much render yet. Hopefully, it'll start kicking in here in a second.
I see some bridge there.
Yeah, that's the beginning of it. It's starting to come in. Looks like
Might have to give it some time.
this side is right at 3,000 pieces. The other side's a little bit lighter. But yeah, see, you don't go anywhere when you try and jetpack games.
No, kind of breaks your jetpack, no?
It does, yeah.
See, it's just... Nah, nah.
Right, yeah.
Slowly, it's rendering. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
Apex, I haven't had a drop and feel like I've drank too much. Yep, that's what these plants will do for you, Apex.
Yeah.
It's
I may have
rendering.
Yeah, I may have to duck out on this base depending on how I feel, but
Whee.
There you go, Sass. Nothing can stop him.
Yeah, I had to climb up the... I jumped from the hollow tower on it. Because the jetpack doesn't work.
None of that. There's an entire building surrounding that hollow tower.
it might pop. Give it some time.
Yeah.
It's so weird, you know? Godverdomme! Hey, Ultimate Collector! Thank you so much for the $104, man. I appreciate that. 07.
07, Ultimate Collector, fantastic.
Really
here we
appreciate
go.
that.
Building's coming in now.
Great channel. Your glitch building are very easy to understand. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. 07 for the $104.
Yeah, 07, man. Wow.
Fantastic.
That got you a Flemish swear. Oh, something popping in here. Getting some torches. Yep. All right, the torch is coming in.
Alright, try popping into build camera, Beep. Sometimes that'll trigger a bit of a render as well.
I think DG might see more than I do.
My.
Yes, I'm seeing the actual base that's rendered in.
Ba, 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 da, ba, da. Ba, 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 da, ba, da.
No, I'm in
Superb job with this.
Oh,
bridge
yep,
there,
yep.
Dave.
There it goes. There it goes. Brrrt.
There it goes. Okay.
Ooh, I like
Really
that.
like how you managed to get the arches underneath, the support arches.
Yeah, the
using,
support arch came in
cache
that.
pin glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very fortuitous, that coming in. And being discovered.
I like what you did with this. I like that as a wall. This is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, those partitions, they
Uh-huh.
worked out really well. And then none of the ceilings, roof is rendered, unfortunately.
Everything is starting to pop in, though.
And yeah.
Yeah, roof's in on my side.
That's
PS5 for the win.
Bloop, 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 bloop. think everything is rendered in now. There's a ship floating there, but I don't know.
No, that's probably an NPC trying to land.
I'm a little bit confused, yeah.
Yep, that's an NPC trying to land. So let's go down to the end of the bridge and see if the SRT is rendered. If the SRT is rendered, don't take it. We're going to fly to the other side. And that way, when we do the teleport, this side will render. It is really fun to do that super dash down the bridge. And you can actually outrun pulse spitter rounds if you get it just right.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so I think we've got a pretty complete render down here.
There's a wheel
So-
hanging in the air.
Okay, yeah, that's... Yeah, do you see an SRT on the other side of the doorway?
Yes.
Okay, then I think we're alright. Alright, go back to our ships, gentlemen.
Could do a little race, guys. DJ, come on. How are you feeling, DJ? You feeling a little bit okay? I think he might be muted. Let me see. Yeah, he's muted.
Okay.
This planet makes me a little bit queasy, but I'm
Sorry
coping.
about that, DG.
It's all good. Can't control how I feel.
Yeah. So did the structure surrounding the comm tower render all in for you there, Beebs?
Everything seems to be rendering in. Roof is in there. I see the bike in the center.
Yeah.
I do like this. Is really. Then I'm gonna steal.
Yeah, they make nice walls. They do.
Yeah, but they also give great light. Look, this is like a whole lit up room, you know?
Yeah, yeah. If you climb up there now, you'll be able to see the roof is just high enough for you to get all the way up on the comm tower and play around up there. Yeah, this came out real nice. I'm real happy with it.
What are these pieces that you're using as walls?
The partition. are they called?
Partitions. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I see it. Okay.
So the ones without the legs.
Yeah, I've seen some great ideas with these partitions. Who was it when we did the base tour that used them as table? Such a
Oh
good
yeah,
idea.
that's a really good idea too. Yeah.
No, get out of the hole.
Yeah, and you climb those towers, those ladders. Really weird.
So what is the plan now, Dave?
Okay, we're flying to the other side.
Okay. Get in my ship.
And you can literally fly straight down the bridge.
It's like around a monolith.
Yep. Yep, I found these two sites opposite each other. And that's what I was looking for when I... actually, Joe J found this spot for me. He was here helping me look. And I was
Just
looking
gonna- Just gonna land here.
Yeah.
Can I land here because it's too angled, maybe? I don't know. It might not let me land because...
Well, no, it'll probably let you land down where my ship is. By my ship.
Is
That
there anything
area
that
down
is...
there.
Okay, because there's nothing here that is rendered for me yet, so...
No. Down right by my ship, you should be fine. There's just, again, just the bridge, and then something built, and then structure built around.
Look, tall eggs!
That, you can't help it now that you see striders. Yep, that's what.
Yep.
let's see how long this die takes.
You see the sky? It's like cut. So,
Oh yeah. Looks really weird. No, they're already starting to come in. Okay. Seeing pieces of the bridge at least.
let's give it some time to render in.
Yeah, sometimes photo mode can help as well. And so yeah, you'll notice this side is 3 floor panels wide, while the other side's 2 floor panels. I built the other side first, and the collision boxes on the exocraft just barely hit. So if you hold them steady right down the middle, you basically just judder real bad, but you get all the way down. But it wasn't very successful. So 3 wide, they were just fine. But learned my lesson.
Come on. Come
That
on.
transition, I know, Christopher, right?
Can do it.
I,
Render. Render. Ooh.
Beeblebum, the render whisperer.
Just a little bit. Come on. Can do it. Stormy here as well. You found 2 frozen planets collided. It's unbelievable.
I know. That's something else about it. Yeah, both frozen. Both frozen biomes.
I think
I'm
also
starting
it.
to render now.
Yep, when the storm goes over, my god, look at the difference. Bloop, 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 bloop. Wouldn't it be great to have actually collision on the wire? You could da, 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 da.
Cross it, yeah. That'd be cool. Make rope bridges.
Could make a circus then.
Yeah.
Very cool. Everything seems to be rendering in. Also the wires. So it could be that the cloaking device doesn't render in somewhere.
Yeah, that probably hasn't rendered yet. That was one of the last things I put in though, so that surprised me.
How many did you build here? You built the... I don't see which is which. There's 4 exomex here? 4 exocrafts? Okay. Pilgrim, Roamer, Nomad. Okay.
Yep, those 3.
I don't even know which one is my best, to be honest. They stole one row, yeah, they made them pay as much, but they just worked less. They used less materials. Oh, why is this
The other side's longer. So.
Why has this appeared? I think everything is rendered in, I think. No?
Rendered, yeah. Alright. A couple wires, still not power to a couple things, but... Some of the bridge powered. Well, Beebs, if you want to grab an exocraft, head to the end of the bridge. See what's down there.
We go to the end of the bridge.
Yep.
This one seems to render in better with the wheels as well, it seems. Alright, I got the teleporter on this side as well.
Alright, Beebs. Well, I guess it's time to hit the teleporter then. And see if the other side renders in time for you.
No! It's safer to
not.
walk. Safer to walk.
Where'd you get your driver's license?
Do I just walk into the teleporter?
Yep, just walk into the teleporter.
Hello.
There you go. How are you doing, Mr. Beeblebum?
Good, good, good. Wait,
go, back
what is
across.
this? Is this like the other side to drop down from?
Yeah, look back behind you. And you'll see the comm tower
Uh-huh.
back there. So, and then, yeah, that out there, that's what I built in the atmosphere of the other planet that's linked to the teleporter on this
Ah,
side.
yeah.
And so, yeah, when you hit the teleporter, you pop over to there and then drop, and the other side renders in before you pass it.
How is he
Here comes
walking?
DG. He's walking on the bridge over there. That's how trippy that is. Is the teleporter rendered for you there, DG?
There's two floating guys there.
Let's see if this will get the. Whoa!
So weird, no?
Oh yeah. It's definitely trippy. Oh, and it didn't render for DG.
Well, he just went to the portal, no?
Oh no, nope. He went through. There you go.
Or did he fall?
Nope, he got it. It caught him. Yeah.
DG, where are you? So. Hello? No. Ah, F. Alright. Okay. Bye bye, Beeblebum. Because you cannot get up the mountains.
That is quite true. Yeah.
I think we should normally switch over to the other planets somehow. Just
And I just died.
up. There we go. Not done. You just died. That's why we're uncreative.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call.
That's not the first time that's happened here to me. So.
Died by high-speed impact. Well, that happens when you jump from one planet to the other.
Yep, that tends to happen. Most definitely.
Wait, I just fell to the ground while I was calling my ship. No, come on. Quickly.
Alright, well, that's pretty much the bridge between worlds there, guys. I would like a little bit of redemption there, Beeble, if you don't mind going back to that airship build
Uh-huh.
and see if it's fully rendered.
Yeah, good. I'll follow you then from the portal. From the anomaly. Anomaly.
Nom nom nom. That's right, Taz. Yeah, bridge only works so many times.
It's like you have reached your maximum limit of render today. Goodbye.
The game just noped out. We're done with this.
Let us know when you're there, Gary.
My friend.
Wee. Da 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 da. UK DG?
Yep.
You doing all right, my friend?
Clearing my throat. Yeah, just clearing my throat. All phlegmy. Yes, I said phlegmy on air.
We won't hold it against you.
Just gonna stretch my legs a bit on straight straight floor.
Wow, I'm not tilted when I walk. What?
I know, right?
All right, I'm there.
Amazingly, we didn't crash. So
What did
that
you do?
was,
What is
I'd say
this?
That's a success.
Success.
Okay, we'll do this again. My ship just jumped out of the anomaly while it was asking if I wanted to join Enrasilver.
That's not glitchy at all.
No, it's just like
Living in collided worlds. This one is in the Beeble Live event system. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately, I had to work that day and missed the event.
I might jump out now. I might jump now. Good, good, good. All right. We're good. We're good. Second jump.
This is an airship, correct, Dave?
It is, yes. An airship in the settlement.
Because last time we checked it, it didn't render in, so
Just waiting for some rendering.
Partially.
Maybe all the land.
There are landing pads in
Starting.
the settlement, but not at the airship. The airships were.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's go to the settlement then. Now, is there a teleporter at the settlement to take us to the airship?
Nope. You gotta hover.
Ah. Great host you are. Making us flip it that way.
there's only one landing pad.
I haven't upgraded the settlement too much.
There you go, babes.
No, it's okay, it's okay. I'm already on the ship. I'm just gonna land here somewhere. And there's actually a outpost there. Any chance an S-class starship? S-class Nuka-2?
No, I think it's a B if I remember correctly.
Well, B is the best class.
All right, so how do we get aboard the airship?
You should be able to jetpack up.
All
I
right.
didn't build it too high, but hopefully.
So this is one that you build exclusively on stream.
There's actually a teleporter here for me.
No, there shouldn't be. That means the render's not complete.
I'm just gonna use the teleporter before it renders in.
Go ahead.
So I am back at the ship.
Yeah. You see boom arms where I'm shooting?
Nope.
Nope.
This is what I'm seeing for the moment. The same like I saw when I came here.
Oh, excuse me.
There is definitely some issue with different instances of uploads.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
Jason.
sure.
Thank you so much for the 70 members, man. 70 member month members. Whatever. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jason.
I hope you're doing all right, Jason.
The render gods not like me today. Well, no, they've been good so far. It's just this base for some reason they don't like.
It's weird now, but I visited this base during the 24-hour stream. So it could be that it's just cached for me and it doesn't pick up the new base. I don't know.
That might
That
be.
sounds about right, actually. Because I'm looking
Well,
at it now and it's rendering.
Yeah, the only thing I could do
I
is
have not
just...
visited this base.
Yeah, I think it's just like a cache issue.
It'll be a cache issue.
Let me see if I can just... I'm gonna warp from this system to a new system. I'm gonna warp back. I had the same. I'm having a similar issue with the Black Ridge build, where I need to warp out the system and warp back, and then both of them render in the bases, and otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah, I was visiting a friend's build that was that way. He built two things close to each other, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't both show up until I did that. Yeah, we do that every time.
Warp back to my friends that are in the water, according to the icon.
Where's the captain's chair?
It should be back by the rudder.
Okay. Yeah, I missed it. No, there it is. Yep. Oh, that's the gunner's chair. Okay.
That's okay. There's not actually a chair. No, that's right. It's not a chair. It's just the.
I think it hasn't all rendered yet, maybe.
There's like a helmsman's position, but there's not an actual captain's chair.
Okay. I don't think it's all rendered yet. Some parts are missing, but most of it's here. I love how you created the flooring or the decking of the ship using those tables. That's one of the most unique ways I've seen those tables being used.
It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
I've been, I had this. I've been trying to visit the base from Terry Amoeba as well. His Tree of Gold or Tree of Lights. Every time I'm trying to go to that system, my game freezes.
That's so weird.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta love No Man's Sky.
wait. I think I might get something extra here. Yeah. I think my things are rendering in. Yep, things are starting to render
Okay,
in.
starting to see them. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think you're seeing what I'm seeing. I like these little ships off to the side. Those are really cool. Excellent job on those.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Those are. I had fun putting those together, and
I'll reduce the
coming
game
up with the
sounds a
idea
bit.
for 'em and everything.
Let's see.
The landing sounds
I
are
enter
always a
those
little bit
ships?
loud. Come on.
Is there a way inside these ships there, Dave?
There is, yeah, there should be little teleporters at the top
yeah.
of.
Right here at DG. I'm not sure if you see them, but there's like a little teleporter at the end of the ladder here.
Ladder at the top of the ball or
Okay,
sphere.
let me head over there.
Doesn't-
there they are. Yeah, I do see them.
It kind of rendered in and then it's decided, I'm done.
Oh, that's cool. There we go. Hey, nicely done.
do like your ships. It looks
Toggle
really
power
cool.
flow. What does that do?
The buttons don't actually do anything, unfortunately.
Some serious rockets on this, guys.
Yep, they got some rockets.
Nice job with this little ship. I like that.
Yeah, they came out good. I'm real happy with them. Yeah, I originally had the thought of using them as the
Fortunately, I can't get
coming
out
out of the minor settlement
I'm too
over to the side. Usually, if you jetpack a little bit there, DG, you might be able to trigger it.
tall. Ah, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
I've
It's just stopped rendering there for
Yep.
you, Beebs, looks like.
I mean, it doesn't render the pillar here anymore now. The one that you have in the back, there was a second pillar
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So it now just
Yeah.
started rendering something else. Ugh.
Oh, the crow's nest. Yeah, it just now started rendering it.
Sean.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. I had fun.
He just switched
That
it
was
switched
weird,
the
yeah.
arm. Just bloop, and then the other one to the back. Okay.
I had fun making this vid. It got a bit dark, but yeah. I had fun making it.
I think it should work
Thanks.
now. Let me see. I see the teleport cable. Nope. Why? No. Why? I can't get into the
You're just having all
cockpits.
kinds of problems.
Try the other side. Beebs. There you
Yeah, I really tried, but both of them. Oh, finally.
go. There you go.
All right. Give me something to shoot.
Ah, I like those bunk beds you made. Very ingenious. I like that.
I think
Yeah,
using the
those came
awnings.
out nice.
Yeah.
Using the awnings, yeah.
I've used awnings for chairs and beds myself, and so when I see this, I really appreciate the ingenuity you used to create them. That looks really good.
Yeah,
Pew.
they
Really
came out-
good.
Pew pew
Came out real
pew.
tight. There you go. Yep.
Nicely done, Dave. Really nicely done.
Appreciate
It's a
it,
lot
DG. I
different
had
seeing
fun
this in
with
person than it is in the video. You miss a lot when you're watching the video,
Yeah,
but
yeah. With the
this is
video,
really
it's
good.
nature of the beast. Yeah, you can't take
Am
too
I
long.
am I missing now still anything else except for the pole in the front?
No, I think you've got everything now, Beebs. It's looking like. Yep, you've got the upgraded propellers in the back. And you got both those ships in their entirety. You got the entirety of the crow's nest. There you go. Yeah.
I'm just missing the pillar in the front.
MSG, come on. What?
Do you see what I see?
Rendering.
It's too early for Christmas songs. No Christmas songs.
I'm not sure anymore what did and didn't render in on the bottom though.
I think in the bottom everything rendered for you.
Uh,
Beebs.
Probably because you hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm actually missing more now in the bottom than.
You're missing more
Yeah.
now, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, there was more here.
Christmas songs are not allowed on 24th. Well, normally my rule is from the 16th.
Now that sounds reasonable. Yeah. That sounds reasonable.
The thing is, in Belgium we have from the 6th of December, we have Saint Niklaus, which is not the same as Santa Claus. It's a different.
You guys
Whatever.
Follow me over to the settlement. Let's see how the render is over there.
So we have from the 6th of December until the 16th about we have another saint that they celebrate. So after that we do Christmas. We did.
Zip it along.
Hey, good at game. Good to see you back, man. just a little shout out if you have not checked out Good at Game. He's back. I'm not sure if you're both back, the Mash, or just
Hey, what's
you
going
for the
on,
moment.
Dimash?
But if you want to check out the Mash Smash at Good at Game, he's doing a lot of VR playthroughs. Definitely go and check him out.
Yeah, definitely.
Pew! I have arrived. Oh yeah, it does look definitely way better now.
Oh yeah, you're seeing much more right now.
I'm telling you, Enrasilver is compensating for something. All these guns, these massive guns, I don't know, guys. Massive rockets, massive guns.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maddie's cooking Little Mash. Yeah, I heard that. Congratulations.
Congrats, Dimash. Yeah.
It's gonna be Daddy Mash. Oh, I got some
So I think the little ones were rendered last time, but I think the big gun was not. You came and visited.
Just got some bad rendering. Ooh. That's actually pretty cool. I mean bad rendering. I got some bad connection with my internet, so my stream probably had a little bit of lag.
And of course, Sazzy's gonna quote that. Damn it, Saz.
That's good idea with the lights as well inside the pipe every time.
Yeah, I've used that a couple other times as well. It's like heating elements inside the pipes. Yeah.
I think we have a link to. I think we made it gag. No, did we not? Sorry, Indra.
Somehow, I don't think you are, Saz. I just don't think you are. But it's all right.
This gag could also be DS still. Might have to change it to. Might have to be DS still. I might have to update the shortcuts.
That's another chat for Old Explorer to be in now. He's running out of minutes in the day.
There we go. I need to check.
Every chat I jump in.
I need to change that. I hope this is still the right channel, by the way, the Mesh.
But strangely enough, the mock-up, is still sitting out there hovering in the air.
Yeah, this is like an old render, no?
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Has
And
Enra
then-
pitched back to studio yet? I don't know what you mean with that, Witchblade.
Do you see the freighter rooms in the back?
Yes, I think, yeah.
Okay, those are there at least. Yeah, I guess that just one little artifact's hanging out there in midair.
I'm wondering if I'm just having two different, renders now.
Yeah, I'm in the freighter rooms. They turned out really well. Nice job inside.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I was running right up on the 3K limit when I was building those, so I had to,
Why am I not surprised?
I had to
So, yeah,
compromise a few places.
Dave, that's why it's so hard to render your bases if you always get to the 3T,
Yeah, I know. I know, babes.
I've been
can't help
forcing
myself.
I've been forcing
Disease.
myself to build smaller. I mean, the Temple of the Atlas was 22,850, I think. But I mean, like Boulder Haven was a small build, maybe 1,000 parts.
Yeah, I did that with my Halloween puzzle base. I forced myself to go small on that. That's only about 1,500.
I like that. Damn it! But you cannot copy that because the plants are part of your.
Yeah, it's a nice look. I do like that.
Because I do like the plants inside there. It looks like a overgrown, like ruin piece. This would be good,
Yeah.
like if you want to make an old, like a ruin base or something.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have like these parts without the flags. Honestly.
Yeah, just the supports.
Yeah, just the triangle, yeah.
Emotional, damn it!
Good game. Yeah, small build. 1,000 parts. Yeah, that's a small one. It's only a third of the way there.
I know. I
Come
think my Boulder Haven, the one with the Japanese style floating rock, that was 1,000 parts, but a lot of the went into the making this sphere out of rock.
That looked really good. So yeah, worth it.
I don't know what the other base that I did was Blackreach, was 5,700 parts. Just 2 bases. Wait, did I see everything?
Yeah, I think that is it. I think it all rendered in this time, peeps. All rendered in. Yeah, you've even got the defenses on the.
Yeah, okay, I saw.
Oh, and
everything.
look, we're getting strafed. you're getting strafed there, peeps.
Is it me?
Somebody
No,
shoot.
it doesn't say that it's me.
No,
I cannot even shoot him. Hey! That's your settlement, I think.
I think yeah, my settlement's under attack here. Yeah. Too funny. This game, I tell you what, it's crazy sometimes. You never know what's gonna happen. You really don't.
Whee!
All right. Well, you tell me, Beebs. You want to see something else? What's your time looking like?
I think we'll jump back to the studio and finish off there. We'll have a little bit more of a chat.
Good.
Very
Sounds
cool
like a plan to
bases.
me.
Some great
I
designs.
appreciate you coming and seeing. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, if you have not checked already, the link is there, up there in the chat room, on the chat room. Top pin comment, Enrasilver. Go and check them out if you have not already.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
You can always subscribe, and if you don't like what you see, just unsubscribe. That's what I did.
That's what I did too. What do you know? This guy's way too weird. I'm out of here. Just gonna summon your freighter here in System Beeps.
Yeah, I think so. No, I don't think I need to be bothered about the pirates.
Nah.
All right. Ambassador DG Square destroyed the pirate vessel. Yep. DG is not gonna go. How would you say it again?
Go easy on pirates.
Yep, he's not gonna go away of a fight. All right, let's
Hey,
go.
thanks, Smash. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot, my friend.
You find your way back, I'm sure. Nice and cozy here, guys. No more frozen, no more pirate attacks. There we go. It's a little bit bright suddenly. Did you notice the difference with the? Give me some time. I have like a very bright camera suddenly. I might have to default my camera again. We're good, all right. All right, here we go. Waiting for the rest.
Let's see here.
I'm just gonna let you know, DG, that you still are muted in case you're talking.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
we're
dealing with
here.
a bunch of sentinels. Apparently, they won't leave me alone yet. Go away, you guys.
Have fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I accidentally shot a regular vessel. So no
Yeah,
idea what's
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate
I
it,
suppose
everybody
that's
in
good.
chat. Thanks a lot for all the appreciation. I had fun building those. I have fun doing all my builds. They're all lots of fun. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's fun. I've got a standard freighter render.
Oh, this happened with DG as well before. It
Yeah,
should normally
to the
render in
walls.
again. Yeah, where nothing
Takes
shows
a
up and
minute or two
nothing.
for the walls.
Might have to just walk around a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, Dave just came in. No?
there we go. I can see bits and pieces of it. There we
Alright.
are. Enough to get in there.
Let's sit down again. Let's do this properly.
And once again, still in the wrong persona.
It's a new color now. But I like that. Yellow and black, perfect. I like that color. And he's a Viking. Let me just... There we go. All right. Whew, all right. Well, while DJ is shooting some sentinels and pirates, did you call in the
I'm
number or
back. I'm
something?
just waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting for the walls to render so I can hop in. I'm here.
Hey, thanks, Old Explorer. I appreciate it. I've been having fun with that freighter. I thought about showing it off today, but it's not quite finished. So.
Yeah, I need to start doing some extra building. I had somebody sending him a message. I have this form where I'm saying, like, if you have a question or if you have a suggestion of a video I should make, you can make a form, fill it out. And somebody was asking me, you should do a base tour of your freighter. I said, yeah, I might have to finish my freighter first before I can do a base tour.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I was looking over and I realized I didn't have captain's quarters. So egregious oversight.
And spending a lot of time on this freighter studio.
I must say so, Dave. Your freighter base is ridiculously huge, and there's no
Yeah,
building limit.
There isn't.
Only 16,000 parts is your build limit,
Yep,
so you could literally keep going and going and going.
It won't render in for people now.
I've got about 3K tied up in that fusion igniter farm I built. It's on that same save. But that's the only other thing I've got on that save. And I'm probably getting close to about 10K pieces on it. Because it doesn't sprawl. I've been to freighter builds that sprawl a whole lot more than it does. But I've packed so much stuff into that. Like, I think just pure number of pieces in a space, I don't think I've ever built anything like that. I went room to room and just filled each room as full as I could and then moved on to the next room. And so, yeah, it's gotten a little out of control.
Yeah, I think my garden was pretty close to about 3,000 pieces, but that's because I used so much grass.
Yeah.
That grass is ridiculous.
Yeah, I had to make it look full.
I know. But just the amount of grass you have to use to make it look full.
Yeah. That's just a 16-sided circle. And then, of course, I put other things in around it, right? So it's probably closer to a 16-sided, maybe a 12-sided circle. Like it's even smaller than that. But yeah, it worked out well. And a lot of people liked it. Yeah, a lot of people really liked it. So obviously I'm doing something right with that.
Yeah, it came out phenomenal.
And while we're waiting in the server, Damash says he's going to do some building in VR soon. But it seems like they don't have a build camera in VR. So he says he's going to need scaffolding. Any tips?
Scaffolding without build cam. Ooh, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be like he builds.
That's old style building there.
That's old style building.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
That's going to be. I mean, you could do deco probably fairly easily. You just basically put something down, set something on it, get it situated right, and then just move the bottom piece and size it up a bit so that they grow into each other. That'd probably be pretty
It's
easy
gonna
to
be-
do without a build cam.
You're gonna be building constantly like this.
Yeah. But that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a good workout for you, Damash. Yeah. Yeah. Your arms are gonna be slugs. Yeah.
It depends a bit on how large you want to do your build. Otherwise, you do just floors in a square on
That's
like
true, yeah.
every level, and then a stair that every time connects them to each level. So you can like go step and step by.
Yeah. Walk up.
Yeah, I think this
It'd
is
be very much like
Nice little tower.
Valheim building.
this is what you
Mhm.
did before. It's what you did before the build camera in No Man's Sky. You had to build up a scaffolding, walk all the way up. Fuck, that was so much work. I cannot believe how easy we have it
No,
now.
thank you. I know, yeah. I wasn't even in for some of the really rough stuff when it first started, but yeah, pre-Frontiers to post-Frontiers is just night and day.
Yeah, and I remember the old days of wire glitching, where there was that certain timing involved, and that's where I really, honed in on the art of glitch building was the old wire glitch. And back then, not as many people were onto that one. Nowadays, it's so much easier to
Oh,
glitch
yeah.
build, and so a lot more people are able to learn that timing because it doesn't really take much to learn it. But yeah, the old days of glitch building, man, it was tough. You miss those glitches, and remember the cascade deletion?
Oh man, I'm so glad. Yeah,
It's
we got
the one behind
away
us
from
there. The fireplace. My God.
Yeah, still got to worry about it with those golden counters, but by and large, yeah, it's glad that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, with
I'm
the
here.
golden.
I'm just waiting for the wall to de-render.
Oh, okay, all right. With the golden counters, the trick I'm using is always adjacency to a small counter, so I can always have the position. When I delete it, I can always restart from the position with that small counter and do another glitch.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That way, it's separate from all the rest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been using light boxes, but yeah, that'd work nicely too.
Yeah. And you delete one, you delete them all.
yeah.
They all go.
And it's possible to
Yeah.
disable them because in mods they just switch a true false, and it doesn't cascade lead anymore. So it's an intentional decision by Hello Games.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay, interesting. Sean making our life interesting. There you
Yep,
go.
just like let's. He's still giggling behind
Yeah,
Sean.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's annoying that I might have to do. I might have to find a way to do. Maybe just build a studio and in Skybase, something like that, and have 3 landing pads so nobody can land anymore, except for Nat, maybe. Because Nat can land everywhere.
I'm
Because-
really stuck.
Because it's annoying that it
All the
doesn't render
walls
it for
closed
you,
in.
no? Right, let me just come down and see if I can trigger it.
Yeah, all the walls closed in, so I'm in a box now. We put DG squared in a box.
Put DG in a box.
DG!
Hello.
I'm just trying to. No?
Yeah, no, I'm still stuck in the box, unfortunately. That's all right. Go on without me.
So our co-host is downstairs, guys. Okay. So, Dave, did you do any expedition runs, the Redux?
I didn't run 5 at all. I am probably gonna run 6 though, because I enjoyed that one.
Which is that the one that now?
The one that's current, yeah.
Yeah, that was the blighted
The
one.
pirate one.
Yeah.
Yeah, blighted. So I enjoyed that, and I've got my sister into the game a bit, and so I figured that's going to be a good one to kind of run with her. That's what I like about the expeditions. They're a real good way to get new players into the game. I think they're such a good idea by Hello Games.
They do give a good start,
Some of
no?
them give you a full complement of glyphs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. That's another good thing about it is this one specifically you get the full set of glyphs
We don't have
at the end of it.
we don't have the worm one, no. That was before, no.
That was before.
That was
Yeah, I
before.
think that was
The
before.
worm was such a good one.
It was a really good one.
If you wanted to make money and nanites, man, that was a good one. Because
those worm burrows,
the cursed dusts, man, that you just put a mine on that for 2 weeks and
the cursed dust too. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
it's a 990 or something, 992 units per piece.
Yeah, that was. You made some serious loot mining that stuff. Yeah,
it would be great if you could find cursed dust as a very, very unique resource on a planet. Like it's really, really rare.
That would be awesome. If Hello Games introduced that, just a selection of like 3 or 4 super rare resources.
Yeah,
that would be cool. No doubt.
Just to I mean, this is always what I feel like has been missing a bit is the actual sense of discovering something very unique. So it would be nice to find something very rare. I think TJ, I miss my co-host.
Drop downstairs.
Wait a minute. You know what I could do? Could I?
No, something just happened there. Nope, nothing happened.
I think I could do something.
It looked like he was about to. I could try quitting and coming back. Let's try that.
I think I could do something.
There you go. Yeah, DJ's the remote roving correspondent. Only in that specific box, though.
Yeah. Unseen in a box.
Unseen in a box, yeah.
Can I put a teleporter somewhere here? Okay. Let me go down.
We're gonna make it happen, DG.
I need to wire it still, DG. Give me a second.
Oh.
Please wait during these technical issues. All right, try it. Try.
Well, I'm outside of your freedom.
So nothing rendered then here for you.
I'm going to try this doorway over here. I'm not sure where this doorway leads, but we'll find out soon enough.
Where are you?
No, this is somewhere.
You're in my hangar base, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, while the freighter studio was a great idea, I think it might be an issue.
It was a really good idea, and I mean this is built out phenomenally.
So I might just move my Studio 16 again to the planet with just a sky base or something. The problem is, the reason why I'm doing it on the freighter is just because we had an unexpected guest just streaking through our interview. So I was like, if I do it in the freighter, we might be safe. But
That's true, yeah.
If we do it, this is causing issues. That might be better just have a sky base with 3 landing pads. That should work as well. Then nobody else can land except for the co-host and the guests.
Yeah, there's no way of restricting that, unfortunately.
Maybe I can build some turrets and just enter the names that should not be shot.
This week you can land and not be shot. Any other week,
do not come near.
Yeah.
It would be cool. There's a lot of things that could be done with No Man's Sky that would be fun, but yeah, they need to keep in a certain direction as well. I think it might be best to just reload then DG and jump in again. I think
I did that, and it put me on the outside of your freedom, unfortunately. So let's go back to my restore point, maybe. Try that.
That's what I'd like for them to work on, is improving the multiplayer side of things. If they could really get a handle on that, I think
Yeah, yeah,
this game would be even more fun.
yeah.
And I honestly think it'd attract quite a bit more players.
True. I think also. I mean, there's like while it's not my style of playing, but PvP players, for example, do enjoy. And if you have like some issues with multiplayer, it just takes out the fun.
It does, yeah.
But also, base building. If you want to build like a maze base, or if you want to build a puzzle base, it's always it doesn't render in properly, and I don't know why it would be such a hassle to have things render in. I think No Man's Sky still needs more optimization in certain areas of the game. So,
I agree, Sassy. Planet-based rendering and multiplayer fixed. Yeah.
what is your favorite?
Travis,
who is that? Travis?
Travis just showed up.
Probably gonna take a shower again and get wet. What is your favorite glitch building technique? Dave.
It's got to be UAG.
I think that's gonna be the answer. Yeah.
It's so versatile.
Yeah.
You can do almost anything with that.
Well, it's basic, specifically the UAG, because it enabled 4 16 32-sided light boxes. And that really is my go-to scaffolding when if I'm doing something. That's usually where my brain starts thinking, and then I'll end up doing something different, but that's usually where I start.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem of a builder. If you building a long time, you get stuck into a certain pattern.
You do.
A groove, yeah.
For me, it's been circles. I had to really I still lean towards circles really easily, but I need to, step away. No circle. Do something else. So yeah, but it's a pattern of thinking and something you like, because a circle is very, how you say it, is very versatile into building something, but
I use circles in most of my builds.
Yeah, it also restricts you. Yeah,
it can.
But yeah, I do agree. UAG is my favorite. Before it was the adjacency glitch, when it was before Frontiers, adjacency was my favorite one, and now the universal adjacency just takes the lead there. It's even more versatile than it was before. You see, I'm using versatile a lot, guys. Now that I remember the word, so let's get stuck.
Get stuck in your head. There you go. Absolutely.
So, does our correspondent have any questions?
No, I'm pretty much questioned out for the day. I think I asked a whole bunch of them earlier in the beginning. What inspired you to build mostly? I mean, you said you were lonely and that you missed your kids and stuff like that. But what inspires you now? Like, what inspires you now to build some of the crazy things that you build?
Telling stories, really.
Yeah.
And kind of just it's really the act of creation itself, I guess, would be the best way to put it, is that I show up to a site with nothing there and make something I've got pictured in my head be on the screen. And that's really what I enjoy doing. That's where I like pushing myself and just showing up at a site and being like, maybe I might try this, and then just seeing where it goes. And not
Well, that's
having
something that we didn't touch on, was the storytelling of your builds. What is it, because you just love stories, or is that just a really nice segue into your inspiration?
it's just because I really like stories. I always have. I've always kind of told myself stories, I guess. for lack of a better way to put it. My parents will tell stories at like family gatherings and stuff of them walking into thinking I've got friends over and they come in to say hi, and no, it's just me having a conversation with myself. And and I'm in there and I'm telling a story. And it's I've always done that, but I've never really had an outlet for it, I guess, for lack of a better word. I've got a younger brother that uh, always took creative writing classes, and he's got a degree in it, and he's really good at it. And I never felt I was that good at it. I thought it was just something I did to occupy my brain. And so that's been gratifying to see that my silly stories other people find enjoyment in. And so that's been really cool, is seeing other people enjoy the weird stuff I've got rattling around in my brain.
Well, it takes a lot of practice, and sometimes, we all have our, we get that vanity side of us and we get embarrassed. Sometimes you just sort of have to write something down and put it out there and let others read it. Um, what you may think is weird or embarrassing isn't necessarily weird or embarrassing at all, but rather a good story. And sometimes you just sort of have to take that leap of faith and put it out there. No Man's Sky is a great medium to be able to do that, because
It is.
we can build around our stories, and that's something that I've done an awful lot of lately. Is I've found a way to build around my stories, and it's an interesting way to go, and it's really difficult. With myself, I don't use voiceovers. I try and build a story with music and the visuals that I'm trying to create with the base building and what my character is doing. That's not always an easy thing,
Not at all.
but
No.
I've attempted to try and do it, and some of it works and some of it doesn't. Um, but yeah, I mean, telling a story is not easy. And funny enough, if you were to look in the description of those videos, the story is there. I wrote it down. Nobody just really looks in the description.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know
I
about
always
no, that's awesome.
that's the first place I go with your videos, DG, because I know it's going to be there. And so because I know you, and so yeah, if I go to watch a DG squared video, the first thing I do is go to the description, because I know that then when I watch the video, I'm going to be able to follow it much better. So,
Yeah. Now, have you thought about putting your stories in the description as well, Enrasilver?
I did, and I've started putting like teaser bits in the description, but really with mine, I've got the crutch, I guess, to be able to do voiceovers. And so the voiceovers allow me to get away with some things that you're not able to, that you've got to figure out how to get the shot just right, or how to make it look the way it's supposed to, while if it doesn't look quite the way I'm wanting it, I can use the voiceover to get across the
Yeah, to
point
get the
I'm
vibe
needing,
you want to get,
instead of
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly,
I
instead
wouldn't
of
call it a
having to
crutch.
rely
Yeah, I
on
wouldn't call it a crutch, Dave. It's just a different way of storytelling.
it is.
Look
That's
at how
the
movies
way to
are.
put it.
Okay,
Yeah.
in movies we have movies with dialogue. We have movies with dialogue that is voiced over, and then you have silent movies where all you hear is music, and really they're just three different styles of storytelling. Um, you've adopted one style. I've used a different style. Others will use another style as well. Was it Handful of Cogs?
Yeah.
Does actual dialogue with the characters, right? And so that's just
Mhm.
another style as well. Um, that's Barrow Gaming, who does a Handful of Cogs. So it's just different styles. I wouldn't call it a crutch. It's just a different style, and that's how you express your stories is through a voiceover. Um, it's not easy. You still have to think of the story and write it down, because these things don't just come out of your head. You have to write it down and sometimes rehearse it a little bit, to get it out there without stumbling. I know
Well, and
myself, I
that's
say the word
been
a lot. So
yeah. Well, and that's been kind of one of the biggest um enjoyments, I guess, out of this whole thing that I've gotten is the ability to see myself learn and get better and to improve and just try and make every video just a little bit better than the one before. And that's really the only thing I'm shooting for, is to make this video a little bit more entertaining than the last, this one a little bit more interesting or what have you, and just try new techniques, try new little use a filter I've never used before, or do a shot in a certain way that I haven't done before. And just the learning process of it all has been a lot of fun.
I think that's a natural progression of a content creator or somebody who creates content, not necessarily content creator in terms of YouTube, but overall in general, somebody who creates content for others to enjoy as entertainment, is always improving upon the what you did the last time. I know editing software is a really easy way of improving what you use, what you do. I myself use I won't say archaic, but is a very simple editing software, and it's good. It was fun, but I think if you want to improve upon that, you have to upgrade into a better editing software uh, in that vein. If you want to edit better films, if you want better special effects, or um, in my case, a better quality to the videos. Um, that's one of the things that always has bugged me about what I've been doing is the quality of my videos. The story itself is good, and the filming is good, but it lacks that HD quality that when I'm recording it on PS5, it does not transfer through once I've finished editing and so on. And so that's always something that's bothered me, and
Mm.
something that I've been looking forward to improving upon with my own content creation. Um, Beebs has got a pretty good editor system. I'm not sure. What do you use there, Beebs? Are you using
Um,
DaVinci or?
Adobe Premiere.
Okay, okay.
Actually, I like to use my preferred one is actually Final Cut Pro on the Mac, but since my MacBook is broken, I went to the next
Yeah,
best thing.
yeah. I was using one called Shotcut, and I've recently upgraded to DaVinci.
Yeah, DaVinci is a pretty
I
good. It's
recommend.
you have to get used to it. That's the thing. For me,
Well, like
it's a different kind of cutting and pasting and then transitions and stuff. So it's a
all
big,
software varies.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big change
Um,
for me.
so what about
From
you, Dave? What?
I use Cyber Director, Cyber Power Director.
okay, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not familiar with that one. Is that just a program that you use on your PC, or is that something that you can download as a PS app?
That's one you can download. I've got to spend um I've got a yearly subscription to it. So
Okay. So, all right. So very much like Share Factory, and Share Factory
yeah.
is also another really good one that's free. Comes with your PlayStation.
Mm.
Those of you who don't know where to start, if you are looking into getting into editing your own films, look if you're on the console, look at Share Factory. It
Mm.
is great editing system.
Uh,
I believe Conflicted Gaming
mhm.
uses it, and I think so does Mr. Witchblade.
I don't know if Mitch Blade is could be. I'm not
I'm
entirely
not
sure.
sure. Yeah, I think JC Hysteria uses Share Factory.
No, he's
There's a
actually
lot of
editing on
people
his phone.
You know what? Hey, if you can do that on your phone, all the power to him. Because I'm telling you, I
he's
don't think I can do that.
unbelievable. Oh, we just lost somebody.
Yeah, we lost Dave. It looks like he's still here in the studio, though.
I'm gonna have to pull him in again.
Yeah,
Where did you
he'll be
go?
back.
It's not over yet.
It's hide and seek, is it?
I don't know.
There we go. You're back. So yeah, I mean, it's some interesting ways of getting the same job done. It all depends on the user and what you prefer, in terms of
Can
that
you hear
learning
me?
curve.
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
We had to pull you back in.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Had to switch to a different device.
Ah. Now DJ is muted.
Yeah, I was coughing, so I had to take a break. But it's all about the user preference. You know, what you prefer to get the job done, and how far you're willing to go in terms of what you're willing to sacrifice in quality and so on and so forth. So you know, there's lots of programs out there, and a lot of them are free. You know, you can just download them for free. You don't have to spend an enormous amount of money if you don't want to. So, you know, I'm looking forward to experimenting and playing around with the new software that I've downloaded, and we'll see how that goes. So I apologize to anyone who watches any of my future videos. It might be a little bit janky at first.
Yeah, it does need some adjusting and learning. But there's quite a lot of good guides out there on YouTube if you want to learn about DaVinci.
Oh, there's always a guide. Yeah, there's a YouTube how-to for everything. I think that's what YouTube's bread and butter are, how-to videos from one thing to another.
Find a video on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh, there always is.
Yeah,
there is. There's a video on everything. So you just have to search for it and go with that. But yeah. Beebs, do you have any questions left?
I was just wondering who was Major Tom suddenly. It's like that's a different mic.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Major Tom to ground control.
Yeah, man, to switch to a different device.
The only thing I want to ask was when we were talking about the story, if you're looking, do you have already a build in mind before you go searching, or does the build come to your mind when you find a planet?
Usually it's a bit of either way. It kind of depends. Sometimes I will have the idea for a build, and I'll be like, I need to build this in this specific location, and I'll go find that. More often than not, though, I'll find a specific spot, and I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. What can I build here? And then usually I'll drop a base computer and just kind of let it stew in my head for a little while. And then one day I'll be working at a completely different build, and it'll just pop into my head, that's what you're building there. And so that's usually more often than not how it goes.
Yeah.
Dave, are you a hotspot seeker? Do you go out of your way to find an S-class hotspot for an electromagnetic generator for your builds, or do you you find the perfect spot and you're like, that's what we got? I'm either running batteries or I'm running the magnetic generator.
Yeah, very rarely when I find a spot, do I check for EM hotspots. It's usually I'm halfway through the build and I'm like, I need power. Oh shit! Well, I wonder if there's a hotspot nearby. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But
it can be
I
tricky.
usually don't pay much attention to that when I find a spot. If it's a good spot, it's a good spot. You can use solar power.
Yeah. Solar power is a great way to go. It just adds to the complexity a little bit with the batteries and the solar panel and wires.
Most of the time, I'm looking for the hotspots.
Me too, Beebs. Yeah, I'll find a planet that I like or that I want for a build, and then I'll search for that hotspot. And sometimes, you'll find that at S-class hotspot, but it's a terrible location, and you just keep looking. There's multiple S-class hotspots on a planet, so sometimes just keep looking, and eventually a decent one will emerge. And then at that point, that's when you're in that thinking stage. And I know myself, I'll sit there in photo mode for like an hour, looking at the site from an overhead angle, deciding where I want my things. Can I make this spot work? Sometimes, I'll abandon it because it's just no way of making it work, and I'll have to look for a new spot. But it's a little bit more tricky when you're trying to find that ideal hotspot, because it's not always conducive to the building that you want to put in place. unless you're building in the air, in which case it doesn't matter.
There's always a lot of swearing when. Oh, this is a great place. Why is there no hotspot? And then a perfect hotspot. Oh, this is a terrible place to build. Every time I do this with Action Pants Gaming, it was like the swearing and the grumbling for like an hour and a half. So what I do normally is if I find a good place that I like, I drop a beacon or a safe beacon, base computer or safe beacon, and then I just look around for the hotspots. If I find something that I like, then I move there. Otherwise, I go back and then use
well,
batteries.
you can extend the base up to 1,000 U too, right? So
you can actually
one.
extend beyond it now, but you have some issues with the wires rendering and stuff.
Yeah, I found that I was able to go a maximum of 1,083 on one of my builds, and I couldn't walk past the 1,000 U mark. But what I could do is I can go to build camera and I could build past that 1,000.
I just extend. You can just extend your build camera.
Would extend.
Yeah.
That's right. As far as I could get that to extend, I could build beyond that. And the wires and the supply pipes and things like that, they all rendered. I finished a base not too long ago that was probably over 1,600 U from end to end.
Yeah.
Where I went, 1,000 U in one direction and 900 in another, and in the middle was my base. And I was able to extend it and have the supply depots work as well. Now, obviously, they don't always render, but they still work. So, like when I enter the base, the game recognizes that there is a thing that is joined and connected that distance and allows for the product to be inside those storage containers. On Switch, I have noticed, I'm not sure if anybody else has noticed this, if you resize a storage container, the Switch does not like it and will crash the game initially. If you restart the game, you can access the supplies, but the first initial time it encounters a resized storage container, it will crash it, and has done so repeatedly. That one has been tested several times over to see if it was, just user error or maybe just a bad connection. But no, that's a consistent thing. So anybody who is building using resized storage containers, just know that some platforms do not do well with the resized parts, namely the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is very fickle about building, though. So,
I really like resizing those. I find those containers are ridiculously huge, and I liked resizing them to fit something that is more conducive for a building. You can fit so much more in a building when you resize them, and they still work. And on most platforms they work, but the Switch has a bit of a problem with that. So hopefully they'll make a fix for that in the future. I don't know. That's a pretty specific fix, but you never know. HG has surprised us in many ways.
They did. They have done. All right. Any more questions, DZ? You have one more question?
I got one more for you, Dave.
Okay.
All right. If you were to see Sean Murray walking down the street, would you trip him, or would you ask him what you thought of the game and how it's progressed over the years?
I'd shake his hand and thank him. I've got as much as we curse him when we're building and snap points and what have you, he had a vision for an awesome game, and when it didn't quite work, instead of a lot of people quitting like most people would have done, him and the whole team followed through on what they wanted to build. And I've got nothing but respect for that.
Great answer. Something that I'm not sure a lot of people know this at this stage of the game. It probably doesn't matter, but initially the game was not released the way that they had envisioned because they had a flood, which they did not publicly discuss until after. I think it was at least a year or two after the release of the game. And being under contract with Sony, they had to put something out. And so the flood destroyed all of their work, and they had to rework, recode, rebuild that game from scratch with literally only a few months. And of course, we all know the after what happened next, but yeah, that's what happened. Was the game studio was flooded, destroyed everything, and they had to redo everything. And like you said, Dave, you got to give them a big, standing applause for sticking with it and adding to the game in a way that has never been added before for free to all of its users who have purchased the game.
Yeah. It's truly unparalleled in gaming history. So I got nothing but respect.
Fantastic story, and again, they're up for awards for best community. They just continue to bring these awards in year after year after year. What can you really say about a game with so many things? Building is one aspect we all enjoy, the three of us here, but there's so much more to the game than just building as well.
There absolutely is.
Sometimes you just got to get out and explore, and that's what this game is all about: is exploring. Building is a portion of it that you can explore as well, and it satisfies for a lot of people a portion of their brain which allows them to think and figure things out. But there's so many facets of this game that they are able to enjoy such a large open sandbox.
It is, yeah.
Well, it was an honor to have you in the chat in the studio today. Enrasilver, really enjoyed having you and checking your places.
Yeah, this has been awesome. I really appreciate the invite, Beebs. It means a lot. It really does. And so getting able to come and chat with you guys and talk building with you has been a fantastic way to spend an afternoon. One of the best I can think of. So I appreciate the invite.
Thanks again, Dave. We really appreciate you being here and the opportunity to chat with you about it all. So.
All right. Sounds good. Well,
thanks again.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Let you go.
Jumping.
We hear the kids in the background, so say hi to the missus and say hi to the kids, and tell them you're a movie star now.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yep.
Thanks again, Chad. Everybody, appreciate all the appreciation. All right. We'll see y'all later.
So for everybody in the chat, definitely check out Enrasilver link. It's on top there. It's a pinned comment. Go and check him out. Check out his channel. If you have not already, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it. But I'm pretty sure if you're a builder, you will love his streams. DG, thank you so much as well for joining, even while you're feeling under the weather. I hope you're feeling a little bit better.
Well, just trying to help put out the best content we can for Studio 16, and a hell of a friend in Dave who deserved to have somebody, both of us here as opposed to me skipping it. So I'm glad I was able to do so.
And all of you as well, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you all jumping in. Thank you for the 60 likes, I think. 60 likes, really appreciate that. Also want to thank for the people that have been not super chatting, becoming a member, liking the donations. I really appreciate it as well. And we will see you again next month, 1st of January. The second Thursday of January, we will be back with Studio 16 with another guest. But that's going to be it.
Are you taking a break this Christmas, Beebs?
We might, because I have my sister coming over, so I probably won't be streaming between 24th and New Year's, something like that.
Good to know. Alrighty.
But I should be back on New Year's, so New Year's or the day after, we'll see. Anyway. But we will. I still am. Saturday, I'm streaming Valheim. Yeah. By the way, if you're interested, we are streaming Valheim on the secondary channel. We're going to be streaming with Zane and Gigi Golden Gag on Valheim, a new server we're starting. So if you want to, get some laughs out, definitely check us out there as well. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you for joining and have a great evening all.
Thanks again, Beebs. Thanks, chat, for all the support that you've given myself, Beebs, and Dave. Until next time.
See you all. Bye-bye.
Beeblebum. Beeblebum. Beeblebum.